couple of guys on there that I'm sort of big fans of. I think they're a fantastic squad. Alrighty, I'm gonna stop waffling. Sounds like we've got some technical issues, which is why I'm here. Sometimes people in the chat are like, "Stop talking, get on with the game."
Okay.
I don't control it. Trust me, the players aren't waiting for me.
Zapl jsem stream po dlouhé době. Neuvěřitelný a neuvěřitelný to, co na tomhle streamu vůbec budu dělat, ty vole. No, vypadá to, že už konečně se bude hrát, ty vole. To nechtěl zapínat, dokud se to nezačne úplně hrát, a vypadá to, že teď to začne. Čo Drivexy? On to je možná trošku potichu, já nevím, jak moc je to slyšet. Tuším, že tam je nějaká hudba teďka, že to asi není moc slyšet. Já to potom budu dávat pryč, protože tam budou mluvit i nějaký těch komentátoři a ty mě nějak úplně nezajímají. Ale OK. Dejme tomu. Protože se už hraje. OK. Já to nechám takhle.
Well, pissed around underway as we see.
Jo, už tam mluví o nich.
Starting off on their T side here on their map pick of Vertigo, double Julies on the side of HONORIS, and yeah, it's actually no sort of strange sight. Lunatic, the man to drop them over. It's not always him. It's actually previously been Taz that likes to sort of buff up his players.
Tak něco předvedou. Vertigo, no, zajímavý pick od Sinners, teda jsem úplně nečekal.
Slow approach here from Sinners as they like to play this mid control methodically. B-Stick, the one potentially to take first contact. The molly comes over, he'll push in, shot, just holding for this aggression.
Okay. Jo, no. Jako, hele, Sinners jsou hrozně favoriti, víš co? Tak snad to aspoň vyhraju v pohodě.
And they get themselves on the board very, very confidently, right? That's definitely a little bit of a stake.
Že se mezi tím zabil sami. Sinners, než aby zabili oni je. OK. Why not? No tak doufám, že teď, kámo, ty Sinners vážně teď už budou vyhrávat jako všechno a... Vidět na Majoru by bylo mega. Co ti budu?
USPs in play here then for HONORIS, no investment whatsoever.
Možná moc na stýpek, nevím, asi ne. Nejsem si jistý, ale asi v pohodě.
And yeah, maybe you can justify a couple of SMGs or something like that. But at this stage, they've just said, you know what, we'll just bow out of this one. We'll let them have two, and we'll come into that third round with some rifles, and we come out.
Kam jak oni staknou to Ačko, ne? Tak ono, víš co, Bčko se těžko takene většinou, takže dá smysl, že staknou to Ačko, ale oni stejně jdou to Bčko tentokrát. Ok, dobrý. V pohodě.
Clean-up mode for Oscar.
Oscar to je zabíjí.
Arrives to the party a little late. Can't save his teammate, but should be able
Musí.
to finish things off. Ryko got that Galil, but no Kevlar behind it. So as soon as he takes a hit, his crosshair is going to go right to the sky.
Já myslím, že to neseká, neměl bys to snad sekat, ale...
It's just going to be a save here for Ryko. Kind of interesting that Lunatic sort of going bodyguard mode here, kind of hoping that he can get some kind of exit frag.
Okay.
They're not really pressuring for this at all. They're sort of letting this one go. They'll carry that Galil into the next. They're going to be on a buy in the next round anyway, so... There you go, Lunatic, yeah, nothing to lose, throws himself at it. For Ryko, he carries across a Galil, but as I say, it's not any kind of major win for him, right? He's could have had an M4 in this next round regardless, but I suppose it means he can save some extra pennies. Maybe we'll see an AWP come out a little bit later down the line. We'll have to wait and see. For now, though, not a bad position at all to be in. 2-0 up, Sinners looking pretty solid right now.
Viděl, ne, B-Stick. Podle mě jo. Normálně tam byl vidět.
Nice opening pick once again. This is not the start that I think HONORIS were hoping for, but it's okay. They recover things a little bit.
To je v pohodě, ještě zvládnou si dres. Víš co, mají tam ty AKčka. Proti MKám, to by neměl být problém pro ně. Nie jsou na B-siteu. No, to je možná horší, no. Není možný. Ne. Rajko vás nezabije, výborně. Oni, ta se ho zabil. Proboha, oni se tím killou, no. Tak to je. Viděl jsi je, Zetko? Viděl jsi je. Tak prý asi neviděl.
Hoping he can cross to the site without complication, and Zedko doesn't really want to face. Zedko's whole plan there is just to stay tucked, stay hidden, hope that Zero can get that bomb planted, and then he can be that insurance.
To je, kdyby si dres. Ale kdyby si Zetko všiml, tak by mohl dát.
Yeah, that opportunity very quickly fades away when Zero's dropped. That is just so bad from Taz. A little panic moment as his teammate emerges through the smoke.
Co má ty běh za crosshair? No, bez crosshairu, ne? Tento ale. Nebo... Proč nevidím crosshair, když má tu M-ku? What the fuck? To kurňa otraven. To je hezký spot tohle. To nebudu čekat si dres. Oni tam nepůjdou. To je v pohodě. Since my furt by, teď by bylo fajn, kdyby to rozhodně vyhráli. Víš, že se teďka mít nebudou peníze. A nebo ani neměli si drsnout, teď to musí dát. Se nečekne, let's go. Hezky. Hezky Zero. Skar hezky, výborně, hoší. Let's go. Hrajou za tečka, zatím nádherně. No jako... Takhle by to celkově bylo i fajn, oni budou asi saveovat co tohle. To nemá cenu, aby něco zkoušeli, když jsou proti 5. No. Tohle co savujou, ale to pravděpodobně ani nesavnou. No jako... Myslím, že by je v pohodě mohli i zabít Sinners. Víš co? Krásný skore. Jsem víc zvědavý na ten nuke, no, jakoby to není pick od Sinners, tohle se nějak očekává, že by měli totálně vyhrát. To je výborně, budu mít hodně penízku Sinners. iPhone. To je potřebou. Tohle budou mít strašně, budu si snad za ty tečka. Zetko si tam najebal něco random, ok. Hezky. Ale já nechápu, proč nevidím ten crosshair, když mají tu M-ku. To nebudu čekat si tohle. Pokud půjdou otáčko. Ale vypadá to, že ne. Naštěstí si dnes teda mají docela štěstí, že chodíš vždycky na ty dobrý sajty. Když oni jsou zase nastakovat na Ačku, ty vole. Bombu mají kde? Nemají bombu nebo co? Justify just using the USPs as stepping stones. They're not good for much else. No, jako... Nevím, co chtějí takhle udělat, takhle toho moc nevymyslí. No, HONORIS tohle je ryb pro ně. Jako tohle se by měli sejovat, no. Víš, ty další peníze se budou shodit.
So no major problems.
No mě neumírejte zbytečně, ty vole. By nejít? Škoda. To by bylo mega cool, kámo, kdyby ještě zabil ten nejít. Wow.
But they seem to have really recovered off of that well. Sammy, first time this game getting out that AWP.
Už mají vypo. Sinners hrajou furt bez vypa. Nemají důvod to tím vytahovat. A ono, já si myslím, že za ty téčka na Vertigu, tak tam je skoro zbytečně to vypo. Ale mají tam to vypo. Tohle hoší... Pokud si neuděláte nějaký jako mistrovský flash, tak tohle strašně těžce uděláte něco. Hezky bistík. Ne, lesky! Ty vole! Tak Zero to nakonec, kámo, takhle nádherně savene. Pojď, tohle nemůžete prohrát, jako máte málo hapek a to byste teď měl dát. Zero nádhero. Tohle teď zachránilo kolo.
They've poked the bear early. It's meant that they can take this advantage, but still have the time to reel it in. They don't have to make any rash decisions at this point. You can fall away from this. They can chill for a bit. Rework a new angle of approach over towards this B bomb site. That's where Ryko's going to meet them. Big opening kill brings the numbers back to evens, but a whole lot of damage dealt. Oscar and Zero so vulnerable.
Kurva.
Bomb is on a desperate retreat. Back to his teammate, back to the A site. You see Ryko shaking his head. They know that they've lost the control and that
Zero, tohle si nečeknou. Tohle není možné si někdo čekne, kámo. Oni se někdo naopak. Zero, tohle dáš. Tohle teďka půjde. Pojď, to nečeknou. Let's go. Hezky Oscar, ty vole. Hezky.
5-1 Sinners don't make it look easy, but they definitely continue the momentum. They keep swinging the rounds in their favor, and that's all that really matters.
Dobře, tak tohle bude asi buy, ne? Od Honoris čekám nějaký SMGčka buy, nebo jako reálně si budou tohle peníze, jo? Tak ty pop-house, no asi přemýšlí, co budou dělat.
Discuss really what's going wrong. I mean, a couple of rounds have just been, sort of whiff shots and whatnot. And there's not a lot you can do about that. There's not a lot you can say about that, right? When you lose a round and it's just sort of fair gunfights, trades aren't really going your way, you just shrug it off. You just say, all right, there's not a lot we can do about that one.
Bude to safe, bude to jako.
That was down to bad calls, right? That was down to bad calls, bad decision making. And okay, it's a bit of a gamble in the 2v2, but that could have been theirs. Probably should have been theirs. And they've absolutely let it slip.
Tas CZC, okay. Jsem zrovna udělal jste ČZ, a taky vždycky rád kupuju za ČZku. Oni chodí furt na stejné místo, kámo. Vždycky chodí tam nahoru, do toho. Hezký Nate. Králně pušuje. Ne. To bylo úplně hloupý tohle. Pistíka, no. Jako, zase dobrý od sobou. Co ti budu. A on není někdo na tom Ačku teďka? Imagine, oni vážně na tom Ačku, tam je jenom jeden. Nebo dva. A druhý na Bčko. Hej, teďka musíte jít. Teď musíte jít. Teď je to epický. Slyšel to skoupování? A už tam jde zpátky. Už... Yes, kámo, potím záda. Ale šok možná umře. Jo. Hezky. Šok. Okay.
Want to make sure that every kill can be traded. Shot caught out though.
Oscar
does find one in retort. Taz getting aggressive towards B. They now know that the B.
Mají tam nasadit, oni tam nebudou čekat, podle mě. Že bude takhle deep. Možná budou, ale je na blbým spotu. On to reálně fairinul. No hovno. Ok, tohle bylo hodně rychlý. Jsem ani nepodal, co se stalo. Hezky, Oskara.
What the hell happens there? Oh, it's looking so good for them. They bring it down to the 1v1. There's seconds to spare on the clock.
No to, že mi šli jako tak jako... Co dobře to dali Honoris, ale... Naštěstí. 6-1, kámo, tohle musí být úplně pohodlný na tady ta mapa. Mají, kámo, 10 000 má Oscar. Jako teď, jestli vyhrajou tady to kolo, tak jako mají tolik bodů, WTF. Že oni nebudou mít ani na buy. Čau, Sirgore. Vysípku. Tohle by si neměl čekovat podle mě, ani ta se neoska... OK, hezký šok.
Maybe Shock just puts a bullet in your noggin instead.
Tak se vám myslí.
I mean, look how well this utility is being utilized right now. Continuing to deploy these firebombs, cutting off any from the A site.
Asi.
Leaves B really vulnerable, and what that does, not only does it give them a window of opportunity to get onto the B side, which they don't.
Pokud se povede dát více jak 11, tak Honoris má to těžší a 99 na comeback. No právě. Jako tady. Jako si teď hrajou 6-1, mají hrozně moc peněz oproti, jako, víš co. Honoris nemají nikdo money. Teď jestli tady to vyhrajou, to oni nebudou mít ani peníze, strašně moc kol tím budou mít. Amo, pojďte tam nějaký nade teďka. Nějaký nade. Co ho zabije? Ne, on nebudou mít spotu. Tohle si nebudou čekovat, tohle si nečeknou. A ještě tohle. A furt neví o něm, tohle v píči. Savejou. Asi lepší savea tohle. Jako... Škoda. Říká se, ahoj kamaráde. Dobře, tak ahoj kamaráde. Jsi si naraz moc penízky nezískali, jakoby. Když mi prošel čas. A víc, CZčka furt nemají tolik, jako, no, mají tam dost, no. Nevadí. Sýpku, mám ti zrušit toho moderátora? Vážně to chceš? Jsem 2 AK a 1 AVP, jo. Ale tak víš co, oni jako vypršeli čas, takže jako mě nestojí žádné peníze. No to asi bych si nečekal. To jsem umřel, ok. Zatím nedává teda vůbec nic na to, že to je snad jako hráč, který se tady očekává nejvíc. No tak dejme tomu, že nejvíc očekává si od Oscara potom od Taze, no. Bez zlivý hoch? No to jo, no. A ty jsi taky, že to tam. Vší. Tohle ještě půjde. 3v4 tohle ještě můžete dát. Jako Zero je polomrtvej, ale víš co. Mi říkají, že budu se saveovat ZTčka. A publiko. To půjde, oni jsou, naštěstí tam mají jako volnou většinu toho sajtu, ale je tam vypo. Nestačí. Oh shit, blbý timing. Ale hezky. To je dobrý. Yes, Oskare. Flick nehytl. Tak co, Oskare? 1v4? No vyšel nějaký update v CS, že stahuji 200 MB. Ale nevím, já jsem dneska CS ani nezapínal. Vůbec nevím, jestli tam něco bylo. Jako furt mají penízky, si teraz furt můžu zvládnout.
Perfect for HONORIS, a good opportunity for them to close this up a bit.
Vyházeli všechny granáty hned, co mohli. Ale to ale možná dobře. Ne, on se nepůjde. Takže konečně Beastík teďka něco. Oh ne, to je tak dobrý spot. OK, let's go. Asi rip shock. Hezky. Kamo, šok dneska jede. Hezky. Ty vole. Tak, nakonec teď tím to vyhraje šok to kolo. Hustý. Pokud teda Rico tady neudělá něco epického. Oh ne. Tady ty. To si dá možná taky jeden kill tady s tím. Ani to ne. Bude si jevat. Jako... Co jiného má dělat proti 5? WTF. Počkej, oni hrajou 2 vypa. Ne, nehrajou 2 vypa. Jako zrovna Vertigo je takový, že tam, když hraješ bez vip za tečka úplně, tak tam je to celku jedno. Že tam jsou ty rifleky možná jako lepší. Podívej si dnes pro těch 10. To bylo mega cool.
On either side once again, of course. A buy comes out here for HONORIS, but there's not a huge amount behind it, and it feels like every time they bite back.
To furt 0,8. No, nějak moc se mu nedaří, co ti budu. 0,8 od... Oni nastakovali Bčko. Kámo, si jsou často tak, si vždycky vyberou ten dobrý site. To je tak super, že si vždycky vybírají ten správný site. Na Ačko jenom jeden doslova. Prostě pokud to pushnete, no a oni už teďka odchytou.
The addition of Oscar there as well with a whole load of experience, just able to instantly recognize what's gone wrong in a round and what to do to react and fix it.
Ani nevím, jestli tam byl vidět, mi asi nebyl, co? Pokud je tak minimálně.
Oscar losing his early duel with the disadvantage, they've now got to try and recover this, and with shots from both parties doesn't make things any easier. Nice kill from Zdedko though. Puts it back into a 4-on-4. Lunatic playing a dangerous game. Swapping wants to keep pressuring forward. As he keeps piling it on, Beastic has to bite back, can't connect. Taz with another.
OK, no. Tak tohle skončilo rychlejš, než jsem čekal. 7-4. Jako víš co, furt hrajou za tečka Sinners. Ale jako ono se nezačnou do tečka. A ty tečka jdou taky, no.
He's getting there, he's coming to life. On the other side of things, this will be the last buy for Sinners. If they don't win this round, then they are going to have to drop down to an eco, maybe some pistols. They don't really have a loss bonus behind them, so it could actually be a full eco. They'll be in what, 1900.
Jako jo, tohle je jejich last buy teďka.
Yeah, bit of a difficult position for them, considering this has been so one-sided so far. Yeah, if they lose this round, it's 7-5, likely to become 7-6.
Tak pojďte. Kámo, tady ten čurák sobolský, vole, si vždycky bere nejvíc random spot do prdele.
So this is a very, very important one for them to pick up to keep this pressure applied. We saw that banner coming up from our partners over at 1xBet. If you do want to place any bets on any of these games in the CCT tour, make sure you head over to 1xBet. There's a banner in the about section of the Twitch. If you use code CCT, you can get up to €130 deposit bonus. Oscar, no way does he hit that. That's filth.
Krása.
That is pure filth. I thought he was dead to rights when the barrel pokes around the corner. The free fire was there.
Tas už má jeden kill, tak mu nedávejte dva. Tak prej jo, tak prej zničí Oscara. No to je, vole, taky věc. A to bude safe od HONORIS. Tohle, jestli by zkusili, tak mají 0% úspěšnost.
Carry these weapons across into the next. That's going to be an 8 for Sinners though, and as I say, I stressed a lot of importance on this round at the very start of it, because what keeps them afloat, and actually keeping 4 players alive here as well works wonders for them. Even if they win this round, if they take 4 casualties, they go into the next round with not a whole lot of money, and things get a little bit difficult, because they come into the next saying, well, actually, even though we kept people alive and we've won the round, it's we still need to reinvest. We still need to buy a whole load of AKs, and maybe if they lose an AWP or something, they can't have another one. There certainly won't be money for it. So very, very
furt můžu dát ti 10. Furt to bylo kvůli vytrali.
Really nice kills from Zero though. Back in his Gamer Legion days, very obvious that he was just a super, super talented entry. Just so crisp, so able. Well, he's not really an entry fragger, but just in terms of mechanical skill.
Ty hezky. Tohle bylo hodně hezký. A mají po vypu. HONORIS. Mega. To se tady uhoří. Teď se daří. A on jdi tazi nahoru, jdi zpátky nahoru. Krásně tě tam chytí. Ještě chvilku stačilo, abyste tam byli. Chytili další, jo. Subolský jsme tak mrtvej. No, dobrý. Tohle by mělo být kolo pro Sinners zase. Ne, on tam skočil vážně pro to vypo.
Just criminal that shot peeks out mid and finds a headshot like that on the AWP straight away. Through the corner of the box as well. There's just not a lot you can do if you're Sammy. Lunatic's AWP comes around to the A site, tries the wall bang to deny the plant, but it's not going to happen. And I think they probably save here as well. As I said,
unlucky timing pro Rayka.
Fragile right here, and they need to be careful. They entertain the idea of going for it, then the save call's made.
0-0 ho tam nebude čekat, nebo bude? Bude.
He can definitely justify this. Spotted both, a tag of damage onto Taz.
No tady taky není, co by zkoušeli to, jako.
He's being hunted right now. Shocks around this corner.
Oh, kámo, další na hovno timing, ty vole. Pojď. Hezky. Ty vole. Kámo, jako, šok jako docela jede. Teď to byly 2 kola za sebou, nebo 3? Co to hodně pomohlo.
There's a brilliant VP clip from years ago. I think I remember I clipped it. I might have been.
Tak pojď aspoň pro těch 10.
It's like on a box, top con in Mirage.
Za ty téčka, to je mega.
Someone is right in front of him. He tries to go for the trigger discipline and then kind of calls off the trigger discipline and just sprays.
Zdravý na nuke. Na overpassu vím, že hrál hodně dobře.
And then afterwards they call a timeout and he just like reaches under the desk, pulls out a banana and just sits and like takes his headset off and just sits and eats a banana, and it just always cracks me up. Like, that's it. Things aren't going well. Screw it. It's banana time. I need some energy. Need some potassium. Knock up close. Brilliant. Oh, very messy spray, but wins it. Only takes a single tag as well in the time as he doubles up and still alive and kicking with 76 health.
O, škoda, tohle by bylo mega, kámo. I tak je tak blázen. Oscar taky. Tohle jestli tam... Není to smokou, let's go. Ví kde? Kámo, Sinners jedou jak blázni.
The best he can hope for now is spam through this smoke, bomb planted off center, Zero not going to be affected by
Rejko to pušne. To musí čekovat.
Bit of an initiative there, knowing that the AWP is over towards heaven, and he is going to try and spam to deny that plant just to.
Myslíš, to čekuje, ne? Hezká Oscar. Tohle si mi nepřežije.
Zero finds one. And Sammy left with 21 HP and an AWP. He's lucky he can even cross there without taking a hit. He needs to save that AWP because they've got no money. And Sinners, this is going to be 10. Final round of the half.
Vypadá to.
Nothing in the bank, but the max loss bonus.
Velice dobře to vypadá.
Sammy doesn't save this AWP. He can't afford one in the next. Zero, that is.
No, nádhera, tohleto. Tohle jsem chtěl vidět. Ahoj, Ondro.
It's only 3-round loss. Next round they will, but there won't be a next round. It's the final of the half. $2,900 in the bank. It's all they have to work with. Just look at this from Zero.
Nádhera.
Oh, just absolutely criminal. 11-4 he sits.
Tak pojďte po těch 11. Kámo, jestli budu mít těch 11, tak nej možný, že to ty honory zlají. Nádherný téčka toto. Na to, že Vertigo skoro jako moc nehráli, tak jako furt to byl jejich pick a jako krása. Co to za kvalitu, ty vole? Je to špatná kvalita ode mě? Já absolutně nevím. To je za kvalitu. Hele, dívám se, kvalita je úplně v pohodě v celku. Jako víš co, není to jako nějaký 4Kčko, ale... Co čekáš? Sami? Možná můžu zvýšit tady. To asi nic neudělalo. Držubu, vole, to je komentátor toto. V tom případě je v poho? OK. Výstik? Tohle se nedá. To mi neříkej, kámo, že tyhle zasraný MP9. Do prdele. O můj bože.
They've had a great half. They've hit double digits. Zedko seems to have timed out here, which isn't ideal, but at least it hasn't really had any major impact on the round. It looks like it would have been a lost cause anyway. And the fact that no one wants to push him means that maybe we have.
Hraje se na 2 výhry. Takže jo. Zedko to mrdá, jo. Nebo co tam dělá, vole.
Some of these sort of legends aren't going to be trying to push in, find the kill, take situations. They'll let Zedko be. They'll let the timer run out. Halfway time.
Zero z karta je docela, jo. Já on to rozvávkoval. Ten měl v piči. WTF. Kámo, Šok dneska mega. Šok krásně hrál. Zachránil, Zero zachránil jedno důležitý kolo a Šok zachránil jako taky důležitý kolo. Počkej, a Zedkovi se něco stalo? Ho odpilo, co? Šok zachránil teďka asi 2 kola teďka a Zero taky zachránil jedno, no. A Oscar tak zabíjel všechny, tak nějak, no. Mě Zedka to odpojilo. Má nějaký problém. A quick little restart and then we'll be back into the action. We'll have to wait and see. OK. No já mezi tím můžu klidně zapnout CS k sobě. A potom... Když bude nějaká ta přestávka, tak... Si dám proti botům nebo něco. Jsem si mohl sadit na ty si víš co? 3,5. Následně HONORIS hustý, no. They've had a really good T side as well, and actually statistically they do favour their defense. So especially with an AWPer like Oscar, you're always going to be favouring that defensive side on a map like this. So yeah, it's kind of no surprise that the odds swing in their favour. By the sounds of things, this issue is going to take a couple of minutes to resolve. So we're going to jump to a short break. When we return, we'll be back with the second half as soon as we're ready. So don't go anywhere, folks. CZko se mi zaplo. Teda nevím, kdy bude startovat tohle. Mezitím můžu přepnout tu scénu na to CSko. Takhle byste měli snad vidět CSko. A můžu si tady něco dát. Můžu jít na komentní server. Teoreticky. Já nevím, jak dlouho se teďka bude čekat na něco. Možná to budu muset hned vypnout, jako co já vím. Nevím, co má Zetko za problém. Takže... Jako, víš co, jestli třeba jako dropla Wi-Fi, tak to nemusí být jako jeho problém. A může být na hodně dlouho. Že by se to možná musel celý odložit ten zápas. Což by bylo dost na hovno. Tak snad to udrží a nebude sekat, já vůbec nevím, jo. Se nestreamoval snad nikdy, nebo jako v poslední době, jo, a seká to strašně moc. Já nevím, co tam za nastavení. 3000 KB, já nevím, co mám víc udělat, jako. Já jenom rychle něco zkusím, mám restart stream. Jsem to rychle resetoval. A se to nebude teďka sekat. Jo. Připojilo se to zpátky. Já nevím, asi ne, co? Asi možná ani ne. Možná jo. Hele, víš co, už hraju znova. Já znova přehodím scénu. Jen jsem tam nastavil, možná to potom nebude sekat, až půjdu znova to. Ok, jak jsem to se změnil, se mě to hned připojí zpátky. Minimálně ale vyhráli první kolo Honoris. Skoro scoutem, jak jsem mít Deagly a 5-7. Ok. Však viděl. Hoď tam nějaký krásný smoke. A hotovo, vole. Hodí něco? Snad už jo.
Eagle and a scout can't go hunting. Flash over the top, it'll be accompanied by a peek from Beastick spamming through that smoke, no success, but it's selling enough of a distraction that Shot can find one in the meantime. Ryko and Taz get the trades, but Ryko's so low on health, does not want to commit to this plant. If they had a HG, CTs could seal the deal right now, spamming away, not able to deny the plant, but Zero's there to find that kill as soon as he...
Hele, já možná budu muset vypnout stream, jelikož nevím, jak bych to vůbec stíhal teďka. Už je 17. A já jsem ještě chtěl jít ven. Ale vypadá, že už je docela pozdě, kámo. Jsem zase tma. Na hovno, já musím jít vždycky hned po škole. Tam to už dneska sedu, no. 5 lidí, no. Dělám tma, tak půjdu.
That's what they'll do. They'll allow Sinners on to 12. The deficit will extend by 2. Extend to 6. Four Glocks, single P250 on Ryko. He had a little bit of extra cash from just over the top, but it doesn't work.
Okay. Hezký nade. Krása. Vůbec nic neřeší, prostě to tam povypínají. Tohle je mapa pro Sinners. Pokud se něco hodně blbě neposere.
Solid stuff from Zero. Considering that A1S only got 20 bullets in it, he's done well to conserve it and find himself a multi-kill like that. I think he found 4 there. Really starting to come to life here. 16-6 his current scoreline sits.
Oskare, to se úplně nevypočítal. Oh. Kámo, tohle by hitlo, to by bylo epický. To by bylo mega epický, kdyby to hitnul ten no scope. Okay. To je hezká M4. Taková nic extra, líbí se mi. Hezky. Však to dodělá. Pojď.
Oscar hits the leg, they don't press further forward. Ryko in the meantime does take Z-code, the trade instant. And Taz
co se to děje tam, vole?
And Beastic's got his work cut out for him. Realistically wants to stop them from crossing onto the site, but knows that probably not going to happen. So he spams through the smoke, the C4 will go down. They'll be playing for the retake with a man disadvantage. Beastic needs to win this fight, he can't do so. Snowball extends the numbers. Oscar with low health already backs out of this one.
Oni to serou. Co mají nadělat? Tam kdyby aspoň chytli nějaký ty killy, oni nechytli vůbec nic.
V-stick, yeah, can just about invest something. Will probably be down to a FAMAS, but it's okay. With an open 3 upgraded rifles next to him, that's something he can deal with. V-stick, while he doesn't always put up the big numbers, he's really a player that can really shine, can get those massive tournament plays. I mean, the biggest play of the tournament that I was talking about earlier on, that event in Switzerland 4 years ago that LAN tournament I was casting, where Sinners actually won it. The play of the tournament was done by V-stick on short of Dust 2. Just a crazy multi-kill. It was a 4-kill, 1v4 clutch. Loads of different sort of elevation points where he kills the guy on site, flicks to the guy on long, and then the CT comes up from the CT spawn and he flicks down and one taps him. It was just absolutely mental. This guy is super mechanically gifted. So he doesn't always show it in times like this when you think, oh, he's only got 6 kills. The impact that he has as an IGL is absolutely paramount. And
jako IGL rozhodně hraje dobře Beastic, ale jako víš co, když se potom díváš na ty killy, tak nemá tolik. To bylo vidět už několikrát. Co se dívám na ty, že Beastic většinou je stejně vždycky ten poslední s těma killama. A počkejte si. Můj bože, kámo, Rejko. Hezky. Tak to jsem čekal. Oskare?
Putting up the big numbers since moving over at the halfway point.
Okay.
That same kind of impact.
Fair enough.
Right there, 2 entries is absolutely incredible. Oscar,
fair enough,
I feel like he maybe oversteps there going for that secondary kill.
Beastic bude rád za Amku.
Yeah, it's a bit of a one and done. Now trading 2 for 1 is absolutely fine, but considering they've already got a 2-man disadvantage, it doesn't do them a whole load of favors. Still leaves his teammates with a difficult.
Okay, furt je to 12-8. Jo? Furt by to mělo být v pohodě. 4 kola k dobru.
That secondary swing
co jsme
such
štít?
a wide swing as well. There's no way
Furt
he
měl dát
gets
Sinners.
away with that without being traded. Unfortunate thinker there at the end, but yeah, Sammy gets away with his life. 12-8, 4 rounds between these two squads. Code CCT is still what you want to be using if you head over to 1xBet. Place any bets on these matches. Looks like there's going to be a 9th here for HONORIS as well, with a full eco in play for Sinners. Any kind of damage they can do will be greatly appreciated for them, I'm sure.
Tak to je Ačko. Vypadá to, že bohužel si vybrali zase blbý site. Jakoby, zase poprvé co. Stejně si vybrali tam blbý site, jakoby. Doteď byly dost laky za ty Tčka. Hezky, 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 hezky. Krásný trade. Oscar s těma hackáčema dvouma hápkama, no. Jako... Zajímavý. Tohle možná budu sejvat, co? Co by teda si chtěl dělat?
Maybe if he moves into the far corner, it could be okay. Just clearing out middle, making sure that Oscar's under no immediate threat. The USP stack up, protect the president time. There we go. Yeah, Oscar moves into the far corner. I'm not sure if he knows where he's safe on 2 HP. He's definitely safe there though. Oh my god, that. He took a little bit of armor damage there. Or was it armor damage? It looked like there was some kind of damage. Maybe not. It didn't. When you look at the scoreboard, it didn't show that he took any damage at all. But there was a little. The health bar flickered. I thought he'd lost 1 HP. Up again here for Sinners, but no AWP available this time. Oscar just with that rifle shot, wanting to get aggressive. Flash is good, but blinds both. Taz comes out on top. That AK just packs a little more of a punch.
Škoda, to nemusel čekat. Představení taky rašnuli, no.
Don't actually steal this map away.
No, takový ne, ale bude tam
map statistically they have had pretty shocking results on. They're already pulling off a much better one here against Sinners. Could they go the full 9 yards with it? Could they go the distance?
Zero stavuje. V nejhorší chvíli to stáhnul. V nejhorší. Hezky. Double. Pojď. Hezky, Setko. Ne, není možný. Let's go. Let's go. A tady je Riptas. Nebo vystíknou, už se bál, že bude snad taky.
He blasts them away, swings the numbers back to evens, and they don't stay there for long. 13-9, 4 rounds once again is the buffer. And Sinners draw closer and closer to this finish line. 3 away from 16. That magic number that they need to hit to go into nuke with their heads held high and a map under their wing.
No, já jsem hrozně zvědavý na ten nuke. Nějak si nepamatuju Sinners na nuku teďka. Kdy naposledy jsem viděl. Na to, že jsem jeden zápas teď vynechal, nebo možná 2, nevím.
Made over the top, shot down in sandbags.
A víc na Vertigo jsem taky dlouho neviděl.
Oscar up in short. Here's a whole load of sound cues.
Proti hitu jsem vynechal, že?
Knows that he's got a brilliant crossfire with shock if he just plays the patience game. Waits for his moment to pounce. There it is. Pokes out. One through the smoke. Spams away too. Knows that there's another there. Shock starts to aggress. With 50 seconds left and a man advantage, they can start putting on the pressure. It's not
Jak to jde? Ahoj, Stačíko.
completely necessary. But with the advantages they've got, it's how they want to play it. Taz does bite back, but they've done a whole load of damage, and they've confirmed this information, right? They've confirmed what they somewhat already knew. They're still down towards the bottom of ramp with 30 seconds left. As soon as this boost comes in, they should be good for one more and actually be able to confirm that They're definitely not backing off to the B site. There we go. Head spotted. Shock. Can't connect with it just yet. There we go. Taps away. That's the bomb dropped. And they know at this point there's no turning back now. HONORIS either have to save or commit to this site.
Tohle kámo musí hlídat. Škoda spreje. To zvládne. Šok dneska hraje výborně. OK, jdeme tomu. Unlucky. Krása. To měli by něco udělat. Kdyby měli něco udělat. Jako Synres, mě přijde, že dělají dostatek jako. 14-9, ten na skore.
That's a big round win. HONORIS back down to no money. They might have to allow their opponents onto map point here and hope for the 6th round comeback to take us to overtime. They've fought well here on Vertigo, but it's just not been enough. A couple of rounds that have come pretty close, right? We haven't had any, or it's not like we've had many sort of 1v1 situations, any massive swing rounds. But there have been a lot of scenarios where it could have gone either way. These kind of 2v2, 3v3s. HONORIS have just come up short with.
Zajímavý smoke tam, to je nějaký one way od toho sim, jo? Ne, on to prostě jako ne. Oni mají jako a jo, vůbec nevšim. Každý CSko nebo už jen sleduješ? Hele, hraju tak nějak jako pro prdel, víš co? Tak nějak jako. Možná mi baví víc sledovat, nevím, záleží kdy. Ale minimálně jsem se v tom strašně zrušil.
Desperate for this opening pick. Oh, it's still scrappy in middle. Takes a lot of damage, still low on health.
Oj, tohle nemůže být problém, vyhráli. Tady gloky Eagly. No, dělej, 0. Dobře.
Alright. Nice headshot. Making the most out of a bad situation.
No, tohle pistolkový vypol nesnáším.
I'm surprised these odds haven't shifted too much since the halfway point, to be perfectly honest. They have moved a little bit, don't get me wrong, but Sinners are on the cusp of closing out this first map. It is their pick, and I think many people, including myself, are still confident in HONORIS' abilities on Nuke. Remember, they have got to start off on their T side, but if they get the ball rolling there, we know just how powerful they can be on that map.
Já vůbec nevím. HONORIS na tom na Nuku vůbec netuším, nebudu hrát. Já jsem HONORIS viděl hrát jenom jednou tuším, když hráli proti Dynamu.
6 on the trot needed here then for HONORIS. No real money for an AWP on Sam.
Jak jsem žádný meč neviděl.
He's entertaining the idea of a glass cannon, but it's not going to come out. AWP AWP not invested. Comes into it with an AK. Oscar, oh my god. What is he doing? He's still there, he's sticking around, he had no support, so in that scenario, yeah, if B-Stick's got a flashbang, I think...
4 to ještě můžete. Pojďte, to není zdržovat a rovnou na nuke.
Can someone flash me out? No, no flashes. Alright.
By mohlo být zajímavější.
I guess I stay and fight. Go down with the ship as he loses the ramp control. Does well to bring one to the grave with him. Stanley peeking out with the AWP. Not expecting Zero to beat the angle that he does, but still hits the shot.
No, Zečko.
Oh, commits there. As soon as B-Stick loses his life, Zero knows he can't just bait and fall away. He has to press her for that trade and just can't find it. Zedko backs off. No money on B-Stick means if Zedko can save here, he can drop one over and we'll see another full buy in the next. But it does mean HONORIS hit double digits. It'll be 15-10. And a chance here that they can still claw this back.
Nevěřím tomu, že to HONORIS ještě dají. Normálně HONORIS teda není vůbec jako slabý tým. No ale proti Demo hráli dost dobře i.
Well, that's that. Is the anticipated buy.
A jak jdeme tomu, jakoby Dynamo je brovíme slabší jak Synres. Stačí, aby si neraz víc hráli. A budu nad dynamem.
The nades rain over Oscar. With his AWP. Knows he's got a lot to do here. Knows that if they want to close this one out, everything kind of has to be flawless. Can't afford to be whiffing any of those shots, trying to get aggressive with a P250 in ramp. He needs to kind of play everything perfectly.
To nebudem čekovat. On zvážně i čekl, ale stejně chce vyhrát zetko.
Lovely bit of aggression towards B.
Škoda.
How does he get out of this alive though? The answer is he doesn't, but he does hit a ding, so it does a whole lot of damage there before falling.
Musí jít ten round, hoší. Pojďte. Jednoho borce tam máte na nade. Další polovina hápek. Jaké mají kalachy, ale to dáte.
Stick right back in the 4-on-4. This is
Začne mohli
everything
dát.
for HONORIS, the most important round of the game so far for them. Stick takes another low on health as well, spamming through this smoke, tapping the bomb. They're expecting the
Hezky
denial to
šoku.
come in. There it is, but
Jdeme na ňuk.
shot from the back lines, able to crunch in.
Je to tam.
Stick with one more, and that's going to be everything done
Finally.
and dusted. 16-10 Sinners.
Let's go. Dobrá hra.
Don't make it look too convincing towards those latter stages, but they do manage to do incredibly well there in round number 26, and Zedko does a fantastic job at actually finding that kill and getting the secondary dink off. Leaves Ryko super vulnerable in that scenario. Maybe he does.
Jsem zvědavý na ten nuke.
But yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do.
Jsem zvědavý na ten nuke a kdy budu hrát znova.
The second map of this series, it's HONORIS's pick. It's nuke, and to be honest, I reckon they've got a good chance of pulling it back and making it theirs. So we'll have to wait and see. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Jsem se ještě díval na ty, jak hráli prospekti proti Force. A jakoby na to, že teda Force byli jasný favoriti, tak prospekt si teda totálně potom zničili na Miráži. Hráli daleko líp. Jo, tohle byl ten od toho Zera, co tam zachránilo to kolo, no. Jo, to bylo hezký. Tak nějak se ani jednou nenechali jako Honorisu nějak hodně budu za sebou, což je hrozně fajn. Hrozně hráli dobře Sinners. Jsem se vlastně díval. No tady ten tým, no Dasku. Že to je nějaký nový tým vytvořený. A že je právě dost zajímavě. Protože počkej. Tady se podívám. Jo, Snax tam hraje. Jinak ty ostatní hráče moc jako neznám, ale rozhodně neznám Snaxe. To je legendární hráč tady to. V jednu dobu byl jeden z těch nejlepších hráčů světa. To hrál za Virtus Pro, tuším. To byl nějaký asi rok 2014 tohle. A teď nějaký tým Ledaskuk byl vytvořený 2 dny dozadu. Toho rozhodně hodně čekám. Jo, schválně. 20 best players. Když se podívám hodně dolů, tak tam tuším někde byl 2014, že by tady byl. Snax, no, 4. nejlepší hráč světa v tu dobu. Snax tady znovu byl 4. nejlepší hráč, tady byl 5. nejlepší. Tady už byl 20. a tady už se ani neobjevil. No. Takže to je zajímavé, že tady to vzali do týmu. Taký novější tým. Jinak nějaký mega zajímavý trade, ale úplně nejsou. Aura je strašně silný tým, vůbec to nezdá. Oni vyhrávají snad úplně všechno. A prostě hrozně překvapili, že porazili Force. Já jsem bral Force jako takový ten jako top tier tým. A ono... to tam nic je. Když se vlastně podívám, tak rozhodně nejsou v top 30. Tady jako vůbec nejsou. Ale možná, když se podívám, tak tady bych je měl vidět. 46 pointů, kolik jsou dohromady. (33. World Ranking. A porazili je Prospekti. Jo. (73. tým světa. To je jako rozhodně cool. Takovýhle slabý tým. Ale oni hrajou dost dobře. Tak je zničili. Jsem zdravý, jestli bych hráli proti těch ledasků, tak to bylo hrozně cool. Protože víš co, tady asi Tas, ten nejzajímavější hráč. Jo. Hrál po boku, tuším toho právě Snaxe za Virtus Pro. No, tady vyhrál nějaký tady ty. Major nevyhrál žádnej, nebo jo? Jestli Major Katovice. Jo, tak vyhrál prý Major asi. Takže tam dokonce od nich vyhrál Major už. Přesto teď vlastně nedával skoro nic. Co čeká. A byl taky strašně silný tým. Teďka teda tuším, že není v top 30, ale bude kousek od toho. Přesně 30. No pík. Current rank 35. Ale vím, že byli v té 30, že jsem je tam viděl. Nějak pár dní dozadu. Počkej, tady. Když se podívám, teďka tam je 30. EAC. To byl minulý týden? Jo, tak minulý týden tady byli. Na 30. místě. Takže rozhodně... To je hustý havu, že jsou vlastně nad těma. To zase ty nejsilnější týmy tady teda. Nevím, EliteWork rozhodně nejsou nahoře. Budgies pochybuju, Nine taky pochybuju. Vlastně možná můžu podívat, když se podívám tady. Vlastně jenom Evropu. Bych většinu těch týmů tady měl vidět. A můžu vidět, že teda... Jo. Nejvíc nahoře tady jsou teda Havu. 932, OK. Sinners. Shangals. OK. Makes sense. Já si třeba myslím, že si dost úplně v pohodě porazí týmy jako 9 a Blue Jays. Permy to taky. Eternal Fire spadl zase strašně dolů. Počkejte, ne, já jsem špatným tom, že zasedni. Ježiš. 26. 23. Jo, tohle je aktualizovan. Jo, počkej, oni už jsou nadjeneme vážně. Sinners tak vypadá. A partizáni se dostali strašně nahoru. Já se tomu ale vůbec nedivím, stejně Falconi. Vůbec se tomu nedivím. Partizáni teď vyhrávali skoro úplně všechno. A ty nevím, čím teďka vyšli tak nahoru Falconi. Jako, já vím, že oni tam vyhrávali, ale jsem nevěděl, že byli takhle dole předtím. Že měli jenom 10. A Sinners teď musí vyhrát a půjdu taky nahoru. Endpoint má nějak strašně moc bodů. Co se děje tady? 34. aktuálně. OK. Cool. Ale ten far strašně vyletěl, no. OK, cool. Furt se nehraje, kámo, jak ještě budu čekat. Může by? Už? Ne, asi ne, vole. Young Ninjas, tady... Vůbec nevím, jak mu třeba jsou. ...76. Nějaký B-tier tým. Tady jsme viděli, tohle všechno jsme viděli. Mouse, NXT, iBowlers, kolika třeba iBowlers. World Ranking 60. OK. Tady jinak Mouse NXT ještě. Protože ty byly, vím, že dost nahoře Mouse NXT. To už znamená, že furt jsou celku nahoře. Aha, tak prý už vůbec. Vůbec, já mám za to, že byli v top 30. Kde Peak 83, to mi neříkej. Já mám za to, že byli třeba daleko výš. Juice, OK. Já mám záležně za to, že třeba na začátku někdy... Kdy to bylo? Čas, počkej, kde jsem? A půjdu na 2021, tak někde tady. Mouse NXT, no, 23. Joha, co tady hrál? Xertian? Ten hraje teďka za velký mouse. Si Sane, Torzy. Ten to znám, ale nevím, za co teď hraje. Jo, ten hraje taky za velký mouse. Jestli to bylo, když byli Sinners v tom. No. A počkej, to je jenom Evropa. Co to dělám? World Ranking. No minimálně byli nahoře. Nejsou tady v tom, ale někdy tady v tu dobu tak byli... Tuším, že tam byli Mouse NXT, že byli i nad velkýma Mouse. Že tady byli Mouse takhle, oni potom začali padat, tuším, na začátku. No, jsme NXT, no tady jsou. Takže oni potom reálně byli nad Mouse. Jo, Mouse tady furt padá, ještě spadnou. Tady není ani jeden pro jistotu. No za NXT, no. Reálně. Co, už začíná?
Welcome back, everybody. We just saw a fantastic first
Já mám
round.
minutku
Now,
pryč.
it was the outcome that we were expecting, but the scoreline, I don't know, it could have gone either way, to be perfectly honest. It ended up in a 16-10, but yeah, there were a couple of rounds towards the end there. Had they have gone HONORIS' way, we could have seen a different outcome. Without further ado, though, we'll be jumping into the second map. It's Nuke, and it's HONORIS' pick. We'll see if they can pull it back in their favour, or if we're going to end this one in a 2-0. Of course, brought to you by our partners over at 1xBet. If you do want to head over there and place a bet on any of the games here in the Champion of Champions Tour, then make sure you use code CCT to do so. By the looks of things, we're not getting off to a good start. 6 in the chat and players jumping around.
4násobitel na HONORIS? Jebe. Hustý, no.
It's timed out, though. Maybe. Sammy's not moving. Oh no, he is. Everyone's bouncing around.
Běží to už oficiální kolo?
Maybe a misbite then? I'm not really too sure.
Asi ne.
Either way, we will see a restart come through, and yeah, we'll be back in action in just a moment. You can see me again. Look at that. Happy days. Yeah, so interesting stuff. That first map, obviously, Sinners looking really, really strong in their first half on their T side. But once they moved over to that defense, yeah, there were a couple of sort of shaky rounds. They did drop the ball a little bit, ended up losing 5 rounds on the trot, but ultimately they were able to close it out regardless. So it'll be interesting moving over to Nuke. As I say, HONORIS have got a brilliant, brilliant track record on Nuke. They're really, really good on it. They're taking down some really strong opponents.
Okay.
But Sinners are kind of up there as well. They've taken down some big teams too. Last 3 games they've played have been against French squads. I think they just don't like playing against French squads. They've lost 3 on the trot. Falcons, 2 against Falcons, 1 against Heat. They were actually fairly one-sided. But prior to that, they were on a big...
Mě furt hrajou proti Falconům a proti Heatu, ty vole. Vždycky to prohrajou, kámo. Nejhorší týmy na světě, ty vole.
Enterprise up there as well. So yeah, a kind of plethora of some good results there that you kind of expect them to have a decent showing here. We'll have to wait and see though. Without further
Enterprise, ty vole, no.
Are now ready to go.
Nejvíc
the technical pause was. It's all been resolved, and we're back into the action.
I guess.
So let's jump into Nuke. Here we go. This time people aren't going to start jumping around and shooting each other, I hope, or at least their teammates. Hopefully they'll start shooting the enemies. Lunatic flying out of the squeaky door.
Hezký.
Goodness, all right. Hello, welcome to the party.
To jsem nečekal tady ten start. To bude horší, než jsem čekal.
Flying in, finding the heads. Shock does find one on the flank.
To bude dneska rapid 2000, tak se ukaž.
Definitely doable, especially with B-Stick wielding a kit. No one in the back lines either. No kind of major upset players here for HONORIS. They're all stacked up on the site. They're a little bit isolated. Now, there is a lot to be said for the 4 with 3 players stacked up trading off of each other, but it also means that, yeah, there's no pincer, there's no insurance policy, there's no one coming in from behind. They're fully reliant on the firepower. And, well, Taz finishes things up quite nicely. I accidentally said fire.
Takže má 2 killy, to já se víc než měl na minulý mapě, ne?
We'll leave it there. That. As soon as I see that headshot from B-Stick, I thought they had a little bit more equity in that than they really did. But yeah, dancing around those silos, B-Stick, so awkward, especially with the USP having to fight from heaven. It's yeah, not a fun position to be taking those jewels from.
Budete to ukazovat ještě 4krát, se stalo třeba, nebo jako co? Co se děje s tím replayem?
We'll just keep watching the replay. There it is again. Wow.
Co by to bylo?
I think something's broken, guys. Do we get to watch it again? Oh, we do. Bam.
Co se děje?
Oh, there we go. We've broken the cycle. We've broken.
Co to bylo? Ne, kamo, co se stalo? Teď jsou si úplně mrtví. Ne, se stalo, asi jen rozpochcípali.
this one. Oscar carrying that scout across as well. They went for a force buy here, so it's a little bit unfortunate for them that, yeah, it slips away like this. We'll carry those weapons across into the next, and it's better than nothing, right? They're going to be on a full eco in this next round anyway, so having that scout and that MP9 means that
se zase nebudeme na nic dívat 20krát, ty vole.
But I don't think the round's in contention as we stand. We're not going to be forcing up around it or anything like that. Zedco does buy a Desert Eagle, which is interesting because, yeah, 2900 plus his 17 on the CT side could limit the utility he's got. I think he's hoping for a couple of kills though, and he's pretty capable with it. Nade reins in, beast stick up close.
Zero hezky.
In a bit of trouble, Zedco delivers with his Deagle though. Beast stick overwhelmed, but Zero in the meantime found one of his own.
Tady něco.
And whilst that Deagle's still alive and kicking, Zero's found an 8.
Hezky Zero.
Oh my goodness, this is crumbling Zero.
No, Zero je strašně dobrý hráč. Minule taky tahal na tím Vertigu, strašně dával dobře. A krásný začátek na Nuku teďka.
Unbelievable scenes.
Oscar se napěl devítkou furt. OK.
Hellcase, another one of our partners here, and the Champion Store. Remember, do go and check them out. The banner down below, code CCT is the one that you want to use.
Teď jestli dají Honoris, tak nebudu mít buy, no, pojďme. Kolo, co když si nevyhrál, tak strašná výhoda zase bude. OK. No info asi nedostal od Beastika. Timing Zero. Byl tam záda, ne? Nebo mu to hlídá, jo, mu to hráze, hezky. Pojď, ale letí mrtvej. Krása.
It's done and dusted in 40 seconds? I mean, that's ridiculous. Eco here for HONORIS, the scoreline tied up. I mean, CT side for Sinners, they have got to be hoping for a little bit more, but yeah, they're on to winning ways right now.
Hezky. Krásný spray. Krásně, Zetko. Ještě... No, není to nádhera tohle. Krásnej to on top.
Not a single casualty taken. Zedco stat padding a little bit as well with a 4K.
No.
Now with the lead, Sinner sit. No snipers to come out yet. Plenty of money for it though. I mean, look at this, Zero. Hasn't died since the pistol round. He's on 9k. Oscar on 5 figures.
Tas krásný timing. Krásný timing prostě na tu chvíli, no. Já mám zase nebudem peníze. Já mám teď tady to zase vyhrou Sinders, tak mají další 2 kola. A tolik peněz ještě. 10 000 Oscar, kámo. Krásný začátky mají Sinders. Vždycky mají tak krásné začátky. OK, to byl krásný pík od Samy. A chyba se teďka asi naj? Nevím. Nevím. Zero, pojď. Škoda, no do Bčko. Nebo ne? Nechce se jim podle mě. Šok tady na krásném spotu, tohle by si nemuseli vůbec čekat.
The 3v3, Zero in a good position.
To tě už 3 roky.
He's been a bit of a menace.
No, já tě vidím vlastně moc Pome poprvé.
To find something here towards ramp doesn't clear his hard right though. Beastic's in a great spot as well. Sinners have done a very good job.
Krása, tady se ani nečekal Beastika. No jo, no jo. Škoda. Nevím, znali by tam byl někdo jiný než Beastie, tak by podle mě si počkal a nezabíjel ho hned.
Could be able to get this bomb down. Smoke will extinguish the molly. Zero isn't there in time. But the pressure's still on. Ryko worried that he might try and push through this smoke. Shock dancing around on the ladder, making his presence.
Šoku. Oh, ok, krása Zero. Nechodím na streamy, ok.
Yeah, they try and break HONORIS' confidence early on here. That's exactly what we're seeing.
Ty bys si strašně zazmatkoval, strašně moc zazmatkoval. Má rozhodně ten firepower, jako umí hrát, ale někde zbytečně troluje.
No surprise that the numbers shift further in their favor. Big opening kill from
Okay, hezká taza. Více peněz mají hodně. Si dostali, může být docela jedno. Sice Beastie je rád, že si na sebe vydělává, ale jak se máš, pohoda. Nějak, víš co. Timing? Hoši, neříkejte mi, že prohrajete tohle. To není možné. Pojďte mu tam najít. Nikdo nemá? Tak nevadí. Tak USP. On ví, že má low.
And as I say, I mean, Zedko just should not be dying in the position that he's in there. He's got a nade, he's in A main. The player on 2 HP about to face him, and he just crumbles under the pressure.
Nikomu nebudu vědět, že tohle kolo se nestalo. Strašný fail od Sinners.
Heroics from Ryko. The star of the last map, and here shining still.
Nice
little confidence booster. Penny in the tip jar. As with a nice opening as well, does get down secret, 28 points of health, but of course they've got the man advantage, so who cares? Zero aggressive here in Hut. Decent amount of util here for Sinners. Fair amount on the HONORIS squad as well, though. Flashbangs is in abundance. Sammy up close. Zero needs to win this fight. He'll see the barrel first.
Zero krásně. Vidělo dřív. To bylo potřeba tohle. Stejně Zero tam pravděpodobně umře. Bo, ví o něm, no, minimálně. To byl těžký retake. Máčko si vždycky špatně retakeuje na nuku. Zvlášť, když Oscar myslí tyhle ty shoty a furt je misuje, krása.
With the final blow, defuse comes through. Sinners will make it 5 and bite right back after a rough round loss. Oscar carrying across that AWP as well means a big old chunk doesn't need to be reinvested. But things have been pretty back and forth so far, considering this is the CT side of Nuke. terms of your stats, it's actually very, very heavily favoured here for Sinners to be starting off on their CT side. For HONORIS, certainly not so much. They do favour their defence, don't get me wrong, but because they pick into nuke so much, they do actually accumulate a lot of their rounds here on their attacks. They're still rocking a 51% win rate on their team rounds. Ryko.
Jeden vodík skoro mrtvej rovnou.
Through that smoke. On that basis, they're really looking for an 8-7.5 here, and at the moment, they're not on track to get it. 0 and shot with 2 more.
Krása.
A force up for HONORIS. They've spent every penny into this round.
Nádhero toto.
No Tech 9s with a buy in the next. No, it's Galil's out. Oscar aggressing all the way up Vendig. Not allowing any chance for them to flank back, wrap around. Lunatic gone, Taz left outside of the squeaky door. Bomb still out in no man's land towards Hut. And he knows that there's now pressure from behind too. There's no escape. The only way out of this is down the vent and, well, the long way round, I guess. He's still got to stay alive for a whole minute, and that's only to save a Galil. That screws him economically as well. Of course, he'll get no round loss bonus. In an ideal world, he needs to, well, if he's not going to win the round, he needs to do as much damage as he can and then die. He does the latter part, but the damage doesn't come through. 6-3, Sinners extend their lead even further and should be able to make this a 7th. There's not going to be a lot that comes out here for the HONORIS squad. Maybe a couple of pistols, a little bit of Kevlar can be justified because they've got that max loss bonus. Finally, they've hit the 3,400 mark. They're going to call a quick timeout before they do so. They need to just add up some numbers and also try and work out what's going wrong here because they keep trying to pummel into this A bomb site. It worked in the first couple of rounds, but Sinners have grown wise to it. The little flashy banner there for our partners. If you do want to place a bet over at 1xBet, use code CZC. They offer a €130 deposit bonus. Now, I believe that's, I think, don't quote me on this, go and check out the terms and conditions, but I'm pretty sure that they match your deposit as a bonus, and then you get bonus credits to work with, up to €130, which is pretty huge. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. Just the aforementioned pistols then. Oh, Oscar hits the rare animation, balances it on his hand. Doesn't keep his knife out long enough to show it off, though. Knows he needs to get that all back out, just in case they push. Execution on the A site. Doesn't really draw any rotates. They're now going to backtrack round towards ramp. Oscar's still there, patiently waiting. Very well-timed smoke. He has a little gap in it as well. Perfectly placed, knows what he's doing. HONORIS predicts this, anticipate that gap on the left-hand side. They start to pressure around. Oh no, Oscar's in trouble. Spots the leg. He's lucky to get out of there alive. Now he has to go up close, use it like a shotgun, turns the flash, but overwhelmed.
Tohle jsem čekal. Já tady jsem čekal teďka něco hezkého do skra, minimálně naposledy si dával tak krásnou scoopy. Zero teď to krásně saveuje tu hru, ale to je byla škoda do skra.
Crisis averted. Runs out of bullets though. That's awkward. No one telling him to reload. Nade. Ooh, almost finishes off the job. Sobol narrowly avoids it. Wants to find one more here before he bows out of the round. Knows as soon as he swings out wide enough, he's going to be vulnerable to that player in control. B-stick spotted. Slither of health. Single bullet would have finished him.
A zero další kill, kámo. 0-17 killů, WTF.
Toys with his opponent. That's going to be the round going their way. 7-3. As I say, definitely anticipated, but yeah, things looked a little bit dicey, a little bit scary when Oscar was so focused on that little gap in the smoke. He wasn't really expecting them to creep up to the right-hand side. I think had they have found that kill earlier, they maybe could have tried to wrap around, try and get around to Heaven, give something a little different. Especially with that AWP a few seconds earlier, that could have done them some favours. Fast play back over towards the A site, but it's back to losing ways. Maybe B-stick good for 2 before he's traded into the 3-on-3. Instant smoke to extinguish the molly, but it doesn't land where he wants it to. Or maybe it does. Maybe that wasn't its purpose. Molly comes in. Oscar a little late to the party. On the right angle, though. Shock with a very, very nice one. Oh, yeah, this smoke's perfect. Oh, it's such a good one-way. He can dance right around. It's that
Krásný flick.
When's he going to stop hitting shots like that? That's unbelievable. Flick up through the corner of the vent. He knows that that's a...
Přesně tohle chceme vidět dneska, no.
That is a very, very fast shot.
Nádherný shot.
Sinners continue to swing things their way. And what's even scarier about this, right? Well, just watch this replay first. I want to see this Oscar shot. Come on, give the people what they want. There we go. That's the first one. And then Lunatic. Oh, we get to see it from his POV. It's just cruel. Beautiful, beautiful kill. But yeah, I think what's so hard about this is it's 8-3 right now. It's a pretty one-sided scoreline. Definitely recoverable here for HONORIS, but it feels like a couple of these rounds could have gone their way too. The ones that HONORIS have taken haven't necessarily been super convincing other than the pistol. So this scoreline could very, very easily be 10-1 right now. And I think that's going to be sort of playing on their minds a little bit here. Zedko being blasted through a smoke and through a wall. Takes a whole load of damage before even seeing an enemy. Spams back and forth, but Sinners seem to really be on the receiving end of it. They've not dealt hardly any damage at all. A single point of it onto Taz. There we go, a little tickle onto Sobol as well. Courtesy of an incendiary. Zedko playing such a passive position towards the back of garage, though Taz has already crossed. I'm not sure if he's going to expect him to be as close as he is.
Ty vole, tak...
Taz peeks in
tak tohle to trošku trounul, kámo. Ach jo, to se hraje tak špatně. No jako sorry, tohle je hráč, který není snad největší očekávání na tom tady jako. Až je velký očekávání na něj musí vejít. Zatím to na nic nedává. Ještě můžu dát v pohodě. Ale zrovna to sere. Jo.
And they just take control of the site. It's a bit of a shame, you know. Shock was in a brilliant position to shut that down, but obviously just doesn't know it. Hindsight can always get the better of you, but it was the right call to make at the time. Just unfortunate when he watches the demo back, you'll see that there was an opportunity there. Just such a defensive approach, and I think that that's really what's cost Sinners there, right? You've got a player on the bomb site, but not playing for information at all. So he's not watching a squeaky door. He's not actually watching the hut walk out at all. So it means that they have no info on the T's walking out, making no sound, and they're able to get so much legroom, so much ground for nothing. Same goes for the outside control as well. Zedko playing.
Hrou furt bez vypa, no. HONORIS. To je unlucky timing docela pro toho. Krása, hej, všechno to vypínají. To byl normálně buy od HONORIS a hned umírají. Teď má umře Oscar, no. To těžko vyhraje. Nechápu, co tam teďka dal. To jsem ani neviděl, co stalo. Okay. To je typek v piči. No scopes him through the hut wall. That is unbelievable. Loses the AWP. They haven't got a whole load of money, but I don't think he cares. I think shots like that always worth going for. They just boost your morale through the roof. No replay. Ukaž to. And they should be able to recover this AWP as well. Come on, Zero. No, okay. I thought he'd drop down the ladder and grab it. It was only in hut. Wasn't too far away. Yeah, Zero punishes hard there. Co to bylo za shot tohle? Co to bylo? VTV.
that it was like really close as well, so it was just like a player close quickie. It wasn't. He was in main. That's unbelievable. CCT. Remember it. Ingrain it in your head. Write it on your hand. Tattoo it to your forehead. Maybe not your forehead. You won't be able to see it. Tattoo it to your arm. It's the code you want to use if you want to place any bets here in the tournament. Let's go close to the smoke. Maybe you could tattoo it to your head and then everyone else will see it. Last play down to the B side. Shock in a good position. Oh, that's so messy. Needed to win that duel. Without it, the round's gone. Zero and B-Stick won't even bother on the rotation here. It's going to be a fifth for HONORIS. If Sinners can take double digits, this is a great half. Without it, a 9-6 is decent. Don't get me wrong. That's kind of the benchmark they're looking for, but it's nothing to brag about.
Zase za 5 to je kam, jestli dají, tak to je, jak je to nahraný 9-6, WTF. Za Tčka tohle je CT mapa. Jako, je to CT mapa, jo, ale, počkej. To by furt měli dát, já si myslím, že oni za Tčka umí hrát dost dobře Sinners náhodou. Myslím si, že jako, měl by to dát.
Round wrapped up. Those two weapons being saved. There's still not very much money. Yeah, B-Stick did have a little bit of cash, but he's just expended $2,100 and I can't work out what on. Apps has a gun on the floor. Oscar's got enough to buy himself, but yeah, no money on Zedco and Shock. And a quick technical pause before we get back underway here, which gives us a chance to talk about our partners over at Hellcase. If you use code CCT, you get a 10% deposit bonus and 70 cents free for new users. So if you've never used the site before, even if you don't want to deposit, you can go use your free 70 cents. You can open 2 mil-spec cases, you can open a rainbow case. You can see what's on the special event cases. There might be something cheap there as well. And it's code CCT again. That's what I mean. You get it tattooed somewhere, you write it down. Generally the code for everything. Maybe don't tattoo it to your head. I might get in trouble if someone tattoos it to their head. And then they go to CCT and they're like, this guy told me to get this tattoo and now no one will employ me. I'd say that's your own fault. I'd say that's a lapse in judgment. Poor common sense. Everybody knows you can only get face tattoos if you're a rapper. Or like a boxer or something. The job where they're not going to say, we're not going to employ you because you have face tattoos. It looks like HONORIS are having a bit of fun. Juggling their weapons and util whilst, yeah, we were having some technical issues. I assume it's Shock or Zedco, just by the fact that they haven't bought yet. Possibly Zedco, he hasn't spent a penny. But I'm not too sure. I have no info on it as we stand. We might have to go to a quick break. We'll have to wait and see once we know what's going on. No one's disconnected from the server yet, though, which is always a good sign, right? So Well, there we go. The timer's ticking down again, which is always a good sign. Zedco and Shock yet to buy, but I guess that's coming. Possibly a gun on the floor as well. As I say, Beestick did buy something at the start. No, there isn't. Zedco goes for a Nova. I guess he's playing top hut. We'll have to wait and see. Might give something a little funky, a little more aggressive. Not really the buy that you want in the last round of the half, but could be an opportunity for something a little unorthodox, something a little different. Bam through the smoke, don't connect for now. A1S has the luxury of no tracers. Flash comes over the top. Beestick's position known. And Ryko and Sobot destroy on the A site. Zedco not in position to do a whole lot with this Nova. It's coming in from main though. The issue is there's a gap in the smoke. Feet spotted, and he's eliminated by Taz. Shock in the meantime on the flank, but yeah, they are absolutely ready for him. Sammy's in position. He's not going to let him cross without a fight. And Shock hasn't really had to face up in this angle yet, so his teammate falls. Shock looking the wrong way. Sammy's going to take him out. 9-6 the half goes. As I said before, if it ends up being 9-6, it's one that Sinners can sort of shrug their shoulders and say, yeah, good half, but it's definitely nothing to write home about. It's, yeah, just kind of break-even point. So important that they take this second half pistol and, yeah, get a bit of momentum in their favour as they move over to the second side of things. You can see that gap in the smoke, right? So much more visibility for Sobel on the other side of that than we saw when Zedco was creeping up behind it with that Nova. For him, he can barely see anything. The other side of things, you can see his legs, you can see his feet. There's, it's so painfully obvious. Sinners looking to up the tempo a little bit here. Taste of their opponent's own medicine. Not into the A site this time. It's over towards ramp as they just fly in. The Glocks will be able to take that opening pick, but as Beestick finds that first, he sticks around towards Heaven, sees if he can catch out, and he rotates and maybe sell a bit of a fake. Ryko on the rotation finds one. Sobol tucked in the corner, but as Oscar takes his teammate, Zero jumps around the corner. Crazy flying hero play. Now they need to get these doors shut and get this bomb planted. They have a window of opportunity, or at least they did just there. Now they're under a bit of pressure, but Zero's tucked himself behind the silo. Now can plant. Shock's there to deny. Doors opening back and forth the wrong way round because they're spamming E on each other. Such an awkward fight, but one that Oscar will take advantage of. Dance around the back lines and swing it their way. Sinners, okay, they don't win the final round of the half, but winning the pistol round's the next best thing. In fact, it's arguably better. Now the economy's in their favour. The momentum's there for the second half. HONORIS don't have a lot of money, and they're force bought into this one. So if they don't take it, then Sinners could be staring right down the barrel of a 12th. That's exactly where you want to be. That's a good position to be in. Zedco with a Galil. As to all of his teammates, only Oscar with that upgraded rifle and AK-47. Deep smokes as well. I like these mid smokes a little bit more than your standard cross ones. Just gives you a little bit more space. That means that you can take this fight in garage, as Shock does. Round the edges of the smoke. Scout eliminated. Man advantage now in their favour. And yeah, that Scout's not retrievable at all. That's gone. That's out the round, at least for now. Minute 15 left to tick. And Sinners not looking like they're in any hurry. Not just yet. Oscar taking a bit of space towards Heaven. Zero currently 19-6. He was absolutely fantastic on that first map of Vertigo as well. He's still shining here on Nuke. Oscar playing nice and disciplined. Probably getting itchy fingers. Wants to swing wide and take the fight, but knows the right way to go about this is just to hold. See if there's anyone up on the rafters that wants to peek into him. He'll have a massive advantage in that duel. But now it feels like HONORIS are all stacked up on the other bomb site. They're thinking that their opponents are going to try and take control towards Secret, and that's not the case at all. So Sinners will be able to walk into an empty A site, get this C4 down. For HONORIS, they will go for a save here. There's no way that they go for yeah, any kind of exits, any kind of retake. So yeah, they'll carry these weapons across. Means that instead of being on an eco in the next round, they will have a couple of 5.7s, a Deagle, and an MP9 to work with. Sammy's Scout's gone, though. He'll be on a full eco. It's not much, but it could be sufficient. That's what she said. That was bad. I shouldn't make jokes like that. 11-6 though. Around number 18, still all the rifles in play for Sinners. Of course, no casualties in that last round. Fantastic for them. Means that they can, keep all these rifles going and keep all that cash behind them. So going into the next round, assuming that they don't have too many complications here, up against the buy, they can play a bit of a bonus, right? Those Galils can still get the job done. But it also means that they'll have sort of 5, 6, 7k in the bank behind them. So when the big guns are required, they can reinvest and they can get those AKs out, those AWPs. Everything a little bit cheaper on that T side as well. So a real luxury for them. Taz deploys a smoke of his own. Wants to add some complications here outside. Surely they clear him. He is in a good position and the sun's in his favor. The shadow casts. But he's only good for the body shot before being traded. Lunatic and Ryko crunch right down. 2 for 2. And this round certainly not as clean as the one prior. One man advantage here. Legs spotted. Zedco damage dealt. Sammy very vulnerable. He's the one, remember, that had that scout and died in the last rounds. He's the only one on a full eco here. No Kevlar, no upgraded pistol, no nothing. Oscar worried. So many angles to clear and he's low on health. Couple of bullets from a 5.7 would finish him. A headshot from either of these pistols would get the job done. 0 on recovery. Damage control. Grabs that bomb. They're not able to throw any of those weapons out the map, so Zedco has to stick around, make sure that they don't pressure forward and snatch that Galil. Oh, wow. Oh, he's keeping him busy. Oh, it's so well played. Stammy just jiggling. His whole intention there is just to keep Zedco occupied long enough for Sobol to creep underneath. The issue is I don't think they're going to be able to get much out of it. Oscar finds that first headshot for Sammy. If this was an AK, he'd go and save, but as it's a Galil and they're on a buy in the next anyway, he does have a stab at it despite being low on health, and Oscar finishes him off. Felt like that was a headshot, but it wasn't. Gets the body, only 1 bullet needed, he was low. So, clean stuff. A very important round for HONORIS. Can't stress it enough. The bank's starting to accumulate here for Sinners. Of course, taking 3 casualties in that last round does mean the reinvestments are needed here, but AKs are out. They've got the rifles. They've got the firepower to get this one done. If they do, HONORIS are still on a broken bank. They will have the loss bonus. Big kill from Taz, just lining up nicely. Could have pulled the trigger again there. If he'd have done so a tad earlier, it would have been finished. But now they know where he is and they airstrike. Double nade on his location. We'll trade it out without any major threats. B-stick with another. Look how slow Sinners are playing this. Just breached the 35-second mark. Now 30 left. Got a man advantage, and they've got so much legroom, so much map control. Re-establishing lobby is going to be a little bit of a difficult one, but as Zedco finds one more in main, all they need to do is crunch in. They've got a pincer, they've got players on both sides. Now they've confirmed where Lunatic is. They've got information on both, but not a lot of time here. Oscar trades, takes a bit of damage through the wall. But yeah, with seconds to spare, the bomb will go down. Beast-stick comes up from heaven, and Sinners maybe cut it a bit fine, but they still swing it their way. 13-6. They're looking good. They're looking confident. They're looking comfortable. This feels like the Sinners I'm used to. Grenades over the top. Fast play down into the B-bomb site. HONORIS stacking up once again. Zero already down, though. Could be under a bit of pressure now. Look how much presence is hit. Careful, you're about to be knifed. No, Sobol puts the bullet in his noggin instead. Finds himself an AK. He's got Kevlar behind it as well and doesn't take any damage. So good start for them. And the problem there is Zero doesn't have any info that there's as many players down towards B as there is. If they had that information, they would just storm the A site right now. But he has no idea. All he knows is he's been shot in the back of the head. I think HONORIS were pretty silent with their approach there as well. They've shifted the whole way. Other than the door being blown off by a nade, which could have easily been done by just the one man. The only info they have is Sobolt's whereabouts and what gun he's got right now. Lunatic coming in from behind. Sinners need to start covering their asses. They know that they don't have all the control. Enough time has passed that someone could be coming in from the back. There it is, Oscar on flank duty. Zedko now coming in just to make sure that there's no one tucked in the corners. Good start to the round for HONORIS, but it looks like it is starting to slip away from them at this point. A half buy, of course, they'll be on the full investment in the next, but Shock and Oscar just on cleanup duty. And Sobol doesn't even attempt the rotation. He's there with the AK. He wants it in the next round. Those at HONORIS need to do everything they can to fight back. He won't be allowed to carry it through. Shock takes him out. 14 on the board for Sinners. They're making this look easy right now. Their T-side so composed, so confident. The one I expect replay. Nice opening kill from Sobol. I thought the round might go a little bit sour from that point forward, but actually it goes exactly how Sinners wanted it to. And they get a real grasp on things. Even Shock eliminating that funnel AK at the end there as well. So no upgraded firepower for HONORIS, but they will still have a full buy. Taz going for an AUG. Interesting stuff. Double AWP here for Sobol and Sammy too. Nuke definitely one of those maps where you can justify it. You can put an AWP outside. You can put an AWP towards ramp. It's a very good place to utilize them. A little bit tricky when it comes down to retakes. If HONORIS, for example, went for a fast A play here or goes in for a vent dive, those AWPs aren't very good on the retake situations. But good start for Ryko. Takes that opening advantage. Taz with one outside as well. Puts a likely 7th on the board here for HONORIS. Plenty of money in the bank for Sinners, so they could still justify going for this, but it could be a time to just kind of slow this one down. If they don't get fed any aggression, if they don't find any kills in the next few seconds, it could be an opportunity to call it off. Uncharacteristic miss from Sobol. Gives up the ramp control. Zero waiting for the aggression. Sammy does catch Oscar, extending maybe a little too far from the nest. There's the safe call. As soon as Oscar falls, they know that that's it, right? If Oscar wins a duel there, it goes into a 4-on-3 and they've still got a bit of time, then yeah, you can absolutely justify trying to find a little bit more space there and have a crack at that. But he falls 5v2, that's it. You cut your losses. And Nuke's quite a forgiving map when it comes to the save locations. The CT spawn, the T spawn, very, very deep, means that you can go for those saves. I've actually always been a bit of an advocate of pulling these spawns a little bit closer in. Now, remember, if you go back to sort of old Nuke, or not old Nuke, well, actually, yes, old Nuke, but even earlier iterations of this Nuke, you spawned a lot further back. That's now no longer the case, but the spawn is still as deep as it was before, so it does mean that there's a lot of space to go and save. You're not vulnerable to that bomb blast as well in those locations. Zero. Oh my goodness. Oh, they've crossed each other. It all comes down to timing. Zero's got round the corner in time as well. I'm not sure if he was spotted by Sobol. I don't think he was. Keep the camera on Zero, because he could be the absolute playmaker right now. He has taken so much space. The issue is he doesn't really have the information that Sobol's down there as well. An unfortunate miss from Oscar. Inches away, but punished. Back into the 4-on-4. Shock now working his way down because Zero said, well, I'm out on B. The door's been blown off and no one's here. And Sobol's cleared all of this, right? Sobol's been down there. He's like, well, there's no one down here. He's going to be in for a massive surprise when he comes back around this corner, and Zero's already out. As soon as that door was blown off, Sobol went down to check vents. He cleared it out. He was like, okay, it's fine. Zero's not gone down to vents. It's just really, really ludicrous timing. And at a time that you just can't afford for it to happen. The save call's been made. HONORIS are backing off out of this one. They're allowing Sinners onto map and series point here. They're going to play for 8 rounds in a row to try and take us to overtime. Now, to be honest, I don't fancy their chances. But they are a squad that have proved themselves plenty of times in the past on this very map in comebacks of this nature. So you certainly can't count them out of it completely. But Sinners are in a good spot right now. Keeping 4 players alive here as well means that the money keeps thriving. Another full investment will come out of this next. Oscar can buy another AWP for everybody else. They've got cash in the bank to invest into further rounds. In fact, he doesn't even need to buy another AWP. Zero's found one on the floor. That was Sobol's that he dropped. Nice headshot from Taz. This is where Sobol gets a big old spook, a big surprise. Now, to be honest, it's not really that much of a surprise, just on the basis that they've given up ramp control completely. With the door already being blown off, like, there's not going to be any sound cues if they do take that ramp control. You're just kind of gambling that they don't because they haven't been too keen on that ramp presence. But, yeah, it is a bit of a weird one. Either way, 8 chances to close this one out. Double up setup still in play here for HONORIS, so it's not going to be an easy feat here for Sinners. Sobol here's that scope as well, so is ready for Oscar on the angle, but boosted around the corner. Could have been an advantage for him if Sobol plays into it. Instead, the flash comes over. Sobol pokes up, plays whack-a-mole. Taz with another on the support. That's fantastic. And a 2-man advantage, a much better start here for HONORIS. And Sinners kind of back into a scenario that we saw previously where, right, it's a 5-on-3. We're kind of isolated in ramp. We need to try and fight our way out of this. If we win this next duel, we'll go for this. If we don't, then we probably just need to trade Taz here and go and get these weapons into the next. But they've got enough cash behind them. They could maybe try and do a bit more damage. They know their opponent's economy is weak here. They're going to have a crack at this. B-stick 0, 2 AKs. Helmets and Kevlar, bomb on B-Stick's back, and a flash on each. Hardly a lot, but these 2 players are pretty capable. The clock's run down, though, 25 seconds. I thought they were maybe backing off to go to CT. Instead, they are out on this A site. Huge headshot from Zero. That opens up the door. That gives him a chance here, a window to get this bomb planted. He's going to pressure further forward if he wins this fight on Squeaky. It could be the deal sealed. No, Ryko. Oh, that's a big time to step up. If he doesn't hit that transfer, if he loses that second fight, it's a 1v1 and everything falls onto Sobol's shoulders. Ryko, you demon. The whole round falls on Ryko's shoulders there. This was so well played. From Zero coming out, just finding that quick headshot onto Lunatic. A little bit messy onto Sammy, but that follow-up frag's amazing. Just Ryko doing all the heavy lifting there at the end of that one. Double up setup once again in play. It's worked nicely for Sobol and Sammy. Sobol just needs to play it how he did in the last round. Just reel it in a little bit. Was a key member of the successes in the last. Oh no! Sammy trying to get aggressive outside, punished by Oscar. Trade there by Taz though. This AUG's actually working really nicely for him. But remember, the tracers do go through that smoke. It's not like spamming an A1S. And now they know where he is. He's in a whole world of trouble. Does hit a lot of damage onto Zedko. I think he might even hit a dink there. he does lose his life. Man advantage for Sinners. This could be the final nail in the coffin, the final round of this match. Sobel has something to say about it. Really comes down to timing here. Especially with Zedco pressuring down towards the B site. A couple of A's deployed. Lunatic can relay this information, but he's just down towards the single door. Zedco just clears vents, maybe even just goes up to the A site. That's where his teammates are ready to pounce. Could be game, set, match. Ryko, man of the hour in the last, still on default here behind the silos. Lunatic does manage to catch out Zedco as well. So that's the low HP player gone. Back into the 3-on-3. Even numbers, 28 seconds on this clock. Sobel misses the no-scope though. And Zero quick to the trigger, quick to the headshot to add his 24th kill to the tally. Can't make it 25, but Shock's there to trade. Picks up the C4. He'll get those digits tapped in. Beastick there to support as well. And Lunatic doesn't know what's hit him. They know exactly where he is. He was down towards B. He's got to be coming up the vent or from secret. He's made a whole load of noise. And I don't know if he's heard something or if he's got a bad call, but he's certain one's in garage, and he's absolutely wrong. Double flashes come through from the bomb site. That confirms there's one here, but is he going to be expecting Beastick to his right? No, he still thinks he's behind him. He has no idea what's going on right now as he peeks out. He entertains the idea of Beastick being to his right, but the full confidence isn't there, and Sinners making 16. 16-8, not the scoreline I was expecting. The series outcome I was expecting, don't get me wrong. Sinners were absolutely the favourites to take this series, and I did expect them to take it over the top, but not in a fashion like this. When Vertigo came close, I thought that HONORIS would, bring us something a little bit more here on Nuke, and they didn't. They crumbled. They absolutely crumbled. But moments of brilliance, especially from Zero. 24-10, I think he finished off that game, which is... just completely bonkers. I mean, really, really the star fragger of this roster and such a huge addition that they brought in last year. Yeah, just lots of nice little highlights for the highlight reel, right? That clutch from the penultimate round from Ryko to keep him afloat was absolutely amazing. But unfortunately for him, it just wasn't enough. 16-10 and a 16-8 in terms of how the numbers go. That's pretty one-sided if you ask me. Sinners getting off to a bang here in the CCT North Europe. And winning their first Swiss stage game, they're going to be rubbing their hands together saying, bring on the next. These guys are absolutely a contender to take home the victory in the tournament as a whole. So yeah, getting off to a good start like this is absolutely going to be a win in their books. That's going to be all from me today, folks. Thank you everybody so much for joining. I think we've got another match after this, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there is another game after this. But I won't be bringing you through it. It'll be somebody else. So yeah, okay, there it is. Get the little schedule, right? So here's your round one matches. Illuminar beating Blue Jays 2-0. 9 taking down Mazanix T 2-0 there as well. It's an interesting one. Close game between Eyeball and Tricked, where they were able to take it. Aurora taking Sangle. Let Us Cook, the Polish powerhouse that were announced the other day. Really, really cool roster. I love those guys. Beating Gen 1 2-0 there as well. Prospects with the 2-1 win, and then the one that we just saw there, Sinners 2-0 against HONORIS. Absolutely awesome stuff. And then the next game coming up is Havu versus Young Ninjas, which should be an interesting one. Lots of talent there, so it will be definitely one to look forward to. So that's going to be all from me. Thank you everybody so much for watching, folks. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll be back tomorrow with more Counter-Strike action, so make sure you tune in once again, because we've got loads and loads more matches in the CCT Tour kicking off our 2023 season. Make sure you check out our partners, 1xBet and Hellcase, and all of the other wonderful partners here at the CCT that you can see in the little panels behind me. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your evenings. Good night, folks.
I have a very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move, one push. One touch. One love. One click. One xBet.
to $1 million with your CSGO esports predictions. Simply guess the kill scores of the 10 players in a CSGO match. The more you guess correctly, the bigger the prize. You'll need at least 2 correct predictions to win a prize. Guess all 10 correct and win $1 million. Experience the exciting new way to add a little prosperity when watching esports tournaments. And register now to receive a free entry ticket upon sign up. Predict kills, win millions, prosper.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move, one push. One touch. One love. One click. One X-bet.
Win up to $1 million with your CSGO esports predictions. Simply guess the kill scores of the 10 players in a CSGO match. The more you guess correctly, the bigger the prize. You'll need at least 2 correct predictions to win a prize. Guess all 10 correct and win $1 million. Experience the exciting new way to add a little prosperity when watching esports tournaments. And register now to receive a free entry ticket upon sign-up. Predict kills, win millions, prosper.
Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the CCC channel. My name is Tiddler at TiddlerCast, and today we have, I believe, our final match of today. We have Havu versus Young Ninjas. It's gonna be an interesting one, of course. A lot to be had today. Two great teams coming at it. I would say a mix of the veterans and the young players. I would say, you know, we have that experience in players like Seven and Ariel, Dodo as well, playing in majors, and we have the Young Ninjas. You know, we have a lot of upcoming talent here, but we have our Havu roster right in front of us straight away. X7, Ariel, Spargo, Dodo, Zen, and Zarte. As I referred to in just a moment ago, this is a very experienced squad. X7 and Ariel, that duo that's just been omnipresent, has been with each other for quite a long time, I believe since 2018, spending a few years, of course, in that end sign-up, and then now switching over to our Havu side. A little bit of a stint where they weren't together, but still, they've been together for quite a long time here at the top, at the tier 1, tier 2 scene. Now we have Spargo, that Opper, you know, he's been doing a lot of damage here on the server. And I think that's really great to see, because I think there were a lot of question marks raised when he was into this lineup, but he's actually meshed in quite well. We've been able to see him having quite a few clutches, have a lot of impact rounds, and we can really see what he can do on the server. Dodo, of course, very important player. And I think he has a strong voice in terms of the calling of the team, if I am not wrong. And of course, he was on that ENCE lineup. Obviously, he wasn't on that lineup at the same time X7 Ariel was in there, but he was able to have quite a good run before being replaced by Madden. I think they wanted to go for more of that firepower, but Dodo is one of those players that's consistent and you never go wrong. Had some brilliant clutches against, Spirit, of course. And he's still doing good here in this Havu Gaming lineup, albeit not being that bright of a star. And now Zen as well is another player, and he's been here in the Finnish scene for a long time. Another player that, can do some brilliant work at times if he's, not shiny, and he's just there, consistent as always. And Zarte as well, and an ever-present player in the scene, but of course he's transitioned to that coach role, always going to bring a lot of experience. But speaking of experience, Young Ninjas, on the other hand, a little bit different out from them, but they have some experience in the hands of Linus as well, Era as well, before he played for Gamer Legion as well. Maxter doing some good work. I had the pleasure of casting some of these players back in the IESF World Championships, or rather in the European Championships at the time. I didn't quite get the opportunity to cast in for the Bali event, but this team has a lot of connections, which I feel have been able to do quite a bit of damage. They have been able to do quite a lot of damage, even though they might not be representing under that Young Ninjas roster. Of course, it's the Academy lineup, so this is just an amalgamation of all the young talents looking for a place to shine, because of course they can't compete in the major qualifier and stuff like that. The CCT series, best place to be able to deliver some work. And Linus as well, been able to show some work as well. And I just don't know how this one's gonna pan out. Having seen them play against Ecstatic, they made it really close before, I believe in the last iteration, but I think they were a little bit too shaky. But the thing is, Havu, on the other hand, they haven't been able to show up every single time. So, you don't really know what's gonna happen. We have our player comparison, and we were talking about Zen earlier, and Nilo as well. But looking at the KD ADR impact rating, Zen, I said, was a player that has plenty of experience in the server, but he only has a couple hundred, or maybe just less than 100 kills less than Nilo. And due to this, it's because he hasn't been always playing, because he was on that Godsent roster right before Havu, and he hasn't been able to play as much. So of course Nilo was able to catch up because he's playing on Young Ninjas, and Young Ninjas have been playing actually almost every possible CCT event that they can get their hands on. They were playing Central Europe for the last iteration, had the pleasure of casting them, and I think every series since then that they were able to get their hands on, they've been competing in it, and that's had them just catch up. So, kind of second thinking it now, is the conversation of experience still relevant to this? Because a lot of things might happen in between, but here we are with our map veto. We've had our bans here. Young Ninjas getting rid of Anubis straight away. Vertigo out from Havu Gaming. I haven't seen a lot of their Vertigo recently, but it was a map that they floated quite a bit. They weren't too successful on it, but now that we are here in 2023, a lot of time has spanned since then, but they are gonna shy away from that Vertigo side. But Ancient being picked by them, and they were brilliant against Avengar, doing heavy damage. And I believe in the playoffs, they were playing Ents on it in the finals, I believe. And I think they lost out on it, but they made it extremely close. A lot of firepower being shown on the server by them. The Mirage pick coming out from Young Ninjas, I think this is a good map for them. However, Havu, they have that ability to play it. We've seen Havu pick it themselves sometimes. We haven't seen it all too recently, though, coming out from them as a pick, and I think that has to be noted. Mirage, though, 82% over 11 maps. So although they don't outright pick it, they are still very cohesive on it. And even on that older Havu lineup, when they had Yemi on that lineup, they were doing some serious damage to the top side, albeit, it being during that pandemic, they were still really good on it. And I think carrying that over, considering, quite a few of their players are playing on the side, they've been able to keep some of that experience on it. And for no new coming right out here, actually, Havu don't want to play it and leaving Overpass. I can't wait to see this. I would love to see this. Havu have had quite an abundance of players actually showing up on Overpass, having individual frag highlights from Overpass. but it's not a map that they play all too often. Only 6 maps played by them. It's a 50% win rate. 8 maps by Young Ninjas, and they've played it, or they've played it 8 times, and they have a 62% win rate. It's interesting out from them, but I think this one could go either way. But we've seen plenty of individual highlights from HONORIS Gaming. Can they do it again? Overpass a long-range map that tests that CT side AWP. But you never know what's gonna happen. I think we have a little bit. Of a tech issue, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit before we start the game. So I think we'll, head it to a little bit of a short break, and we're back. We'll bring you right into the action of map number 1. Well, welcome back. It wasn't too much of a break. We have all players ready, up and running. It is going to be a brilliant one. Here on DE Ancient, the map of the B site. What a way to start here on that pistol round. Dealing, of course, it is out from Havu. It is what they tend to do here on this map of Ancient. It seems to be the best place to go in that pistol round. But it is to be expected out from the CTs. I think I forgot to say Maxter has been substituted off, and Susp is playing. Heavy silence until those nades are thrown in. X7, a decoy, spots out Linus, backs away, hides in wait. But Ariel's going to entry frag right into that server. It's him. He's the train that needs to be taken care of, but Era gets 2 frags. Clean as it could be, but X7 and Spargo, they get kills of their own. Down to 3v2. I thought this was equal numbers, but it seems not to be. A good flash, though, coming right over, but Spargo, blind as a bat, still finds a kill, low on ammo, but he has the support of his team, and teamwork makes the dream work. Havu find that pistol around, and they brute force their way right into that B-bomb site. Just really good entry frag in there, and Arrow's actually able to recover it momentarily. But you blink and you miss it. Havu gained that advantage right back, and as I said, teamwork was just so important there. Easy frags in the end. Force buyout from the Young Ninjas. Now we've got to be careful of this. There's a lot of little crevices on this map, and that's what this map is known for. A lot of corners, tight angles that you need to clear every time you want to get into a bomb site. And look at this. Susp is elevated up there. That's a perfect place for an MP9 to find quite a few frags. If that place goes unchecked, it will be a dangerous sort of prospect out from Havu. Spoken on the left side of CT. Zen and X7 will reconvene on the bomb site. Zen in a little bit of trouble, almost getting his head absolutely ripped off by Adam B. He's going to look to reface a double peek out there, good for one, but Dodo gets the trade, doubles up as well. Nilo helps out his team, but Spargo shuts him down. It's a 3v2 once again here in the second round of this first map, and Spargo looks to peek through, spots out the leg. Don't think he spotted the player behind the boxes, but it is quite obvious here from the Young Ninjas' point of view that this is a little bit of a lost cause, and they're just going to look to try and get some exit frags going. Spargo throwing away a few of the weapons and not trying to fight some of these battles. They just want to keep their weapons alive, and Young Ninjas, they think the same. It's going to stay this way. What will change is Havu, they will find that second. see there, Havu have been playing really brilliant positions, actually, I would like to say. They are in a little bit of trouble of lining up, actually. If you look at the point of view of some of these players, they're lined up right in front of each other, and I'm scared that when the rifles do come out, Young Ninjas are able to mow down. One player is able to get 2 kills, and there goes that advantage. But it is still early doors. There's still room for improvement. But nonetheless, Havu are playing with strong teamwork, and there it is. Close proximity to them. Sus there with the MP9. Linus and Nilo get pistol frags, and as quick as you'd like it. Nilo's the last one alive, but Young Ninjas, they'll still win out the round. And oh my goodness, that is something that Havu should not have conceded, and being in close proximity to each other granted them so many brilliant frags. Spargo almost made it so close, but the headshots win it out in the end. Absolutely unbelievable here. Hop out from Era. Full weapons out for both sides, and getting tagged away. Nilo right towards Donut, but the aggression. Dodo did not expect that at all. Falls to his knees. He gives up his life there, running right into his demise. Oh, Zen returns the favor. A good kill of his own. Back down to neutral numbers. Yeah, and Havu fall into the silence that they tend to do quite often. Has worked out for them quite a few times in the past. It arouses some confusion in sort of where these guys are going. And you can hear the running now. Well, not quite from the point of view from Young Ninjas, but they all run as a pack towards that A bomb site. Only a singular player holding here, and you wouldn't even say that he's directly holding that A bomb site. He's actually holding from Donut, and he's holding the mid side. Turns the attention away, and I think he's thinking in his head, you know, it's been quite way too quiet over here. They have to be heading towards A. They left B, and now he turns his attention into the bomb site itself. A perfect timing, as it looks like Havu are ready to execute right onto her. The boost to come up. Adam B hasn't spotted it. The angle is way too deep for that second CT player, but Susp now comes out of his hiding hole. Good flash, good counter flash. They almost line up. Once again, Susp then line is, but it's a 2 for 2. Adam B creeps out of the temple, gets both of them, shuts down the plant even. Havu don't even get that extra cash. And Young Ninjas type the scoreline here at 2 apiece. I forgot to, I did say that Maxter was going to be replaced today by Sus, of course, because Hampus has some personal issues, fortunately, so needs to be the case today, but it seems like there's no shortage of firepower into this one. Now, fast in there, the flash, the time doesn't quite connect on the CT players, but that one does. Hera does not connect with the first shot. Nilo has attention turned over towards the mid side, and Ariel gets that kill. 2 kills though. And oh, I forgot about the flank. They've been able to wrap right around, and Linus is completely locked out here. You might just want to consider saving here. It simply is impossible to get right back in. And now, Young Ninjas, I don't know how on earth they're going to get into this. Wrapping around from mid, Linus goes. The young caller, the young Swede wants to try and lead his team right into this round once again. The rifles are in the hands of 2 of the players, a Tech 9 on X7, and he has no short of firepower with it. Neil's already tagged away, and I think that's the call to save here. X7 is in a decent position here to try and catch off some of these players in terms of saving, but I think he just wants to save whatever he can here. Maybe find a rifle or 2. Nonetheless, that round falls the way of that Havu side. It seems to be a little bit unexpected here. See how they run into that bomb site. Dodo, first kill, and yeah, that Era had to be hitting at least one there. And I think that would have been made a lot more doable if he did. You know, obviously getting a kill will make a round a lot more doable, but I feel like it would have shifted the tide back in the favor of Young Ninjas immediately, rather than having to sort of just really fight their way back in. It seemed to just be a job of cleaning up, sweeping up the floor. Because it allowed for that space for them to be able to retrieve the weapons. And fortunately, wasn't the case here. Zen, Jigo peeking, arm might be spotted. The Flash looking to force himself right in, but Linus was holding, ready and waiting. And Adam B, the support has arrived. Era is going to catch off Ariel, who walks right in. The smoke right in front of him. X7 now is in a bit of trouble. Tagging away, jumping up, trying to avoid the bullets. A game of limbo it seems, but he decides to aggress right forward. Never mind. X7 though takes him down. Linus with another, and X7 now in a 1v4. Flash is over. X7 finds the first and the second. This might get interesting, but Susp is there, and I think he was too quick in arriving. X7 wasn't ready, had not enough time to make the next move, and unfortunately falls to his death. A very close run in the end, but Young Ninja still managed to grasp it. I just want to see how that materialized, Linus. Yeah, that's the first and the second. Yeah, he was ready for it. But he was in just that little bit too much, you know. He had a little bit too much damage from the previous battles, and that made it just way too hard, even with Suspon and MP9, and hell, even with the D guy, I think that wouldn't have materialized in the end. It must be ruined that there is a world then where, you know, he is able to win that one out. Fast push in towards B again. Adam B picks him off, and Era not quite able to connect with that first shot, and again, almost that lineup. It's really scary, and Era rings out another warning shot. Mind you, the AWP reduced to 5 bullets, and he misses that one. I thought that was a connected shot for sure, and Sus passed to recover. Ariel with a, you know, an absolute masterclass pushing on forward. Dodo now looking to recover. Linus is gone and tagged up, and it seems like NIP or Young Ninjas are still looking to go for this, wall banging away. Nilo has caught a little bit of damage. Ariel with another frag, and it's been a master class out from him. And Ariel with all of them absolutely mopping up the server. It's an ace from the man. And as Alu would say, you know, you almost kind of wish that DE Train was back, because that was a map that we would see Ariel absolutely dominating on. And the train is called Yanni, is all Ali would say. And you can see it right there, brute forcing his way, ramming himself into that bomb site, not giving a care in the world, and fully deserves that, puts himself right in the driver's seat. But it's back to business. The money isn't looking too great out from Havu. Dodo even relegated down to a Mac 10. But the same could be said for Young Ninjas, but even to a worse extent. Needs to be a split in towards that mid side. Trying to open up a lot of options. Mid control is also very important on Ancient. And Dodo looking to lead the charge here with his Mac 10. Farming possibly a bit of cash. But who knows what will happen. Very difficult ball game to play, especially against these pistols. I think we've seen so many pistol, you know, sort of buy wins. Half buys, deco buy wins. That really shouldn't be happening, but they do happen anyway. Seems to be the nature of the game so far. 40 seconds remaining. And now it's time for them to start executing right in. Good flash. Flashes Adam B momentarily, but the D-Eagle has to do some work here. And there has been no shortage of some individual brilliance here. Runs through Dodo, burning in the fire and the flames. Is still able to find a bit of cover. Bomb is planted, and once again, NIP. This was a force buy, mind you, so a save here is inevitable, and it seems like that's the decision they're going to make. And this is going to do some wonders for Havu. All players staying alive, that bomb getting planted, these players being able to save their full armor going into this. The real only reinvestment into the next round is going to be the flashbangs. Lost bonus though at an all minimum here for Havu, so they have to be careful here. They have to make things work quite well. Nonetheless, this is where the creativity seems. This is when the creativity starts to prop up. On these pistol rounds where you need a little bit more of that. You need that look a little bit. Would like, you'd have to admit there has to be a look on your side. But, you need a little bit more because, of that weapon disadvantage. You need to make up for it. Now, Dodo runs in here to the B site. Mac 10 in hand. The boost starts to prop up. And now, I wonder what's going to happen here. An exchange of damage. Dodo down to 31. So he's gotten less than what he bargained for. Actually, it is at a loss in that situation. Here's a rotate. Or rather, Zen should be calling that right to his team. Susp is able to take down Dodo. And now they might just know that it was just a bit of a ruse here. Adam P gets the kill with the USP. Spargo, good adjustment onto Linus. Takes him down. A 3v2. More doable situation. What is the solace is the fact the weapons. Oh, Ariel, he has his back turned, and Nilo's there. Good adjustment out from Spargo. Now in a 2v1. We've seen him do clutches before, but the flick is not there. And that little bit of extra creativity, that readout from Young Ninjas, seem to have done them brilliant work. No kit, but there's plenty time for the defusal. They find a fort, and once again, it's by virtue of not a full buy. A little bit of a jump really put off Spargo, but he is a player that has that brilliant ability to be able to flick shot quite well. Molotars are out, and Elo already opening up with first blood here onto Doto. Good start out here, dives in towards that mid side and just spams through from that house section. And still an abundance of utility available at the Young Ninja's disposal. Now they back away just a little bit. It seems like they're looking for another read play. And have they struck a pot of gold again? Right side CT smoke, but it seems to be a bit of ruse here. The bomb is hedged its bets towards A once again, and Nilo is ready for it from Donut. They're not even really regarding main too much, and Nilo's in the middle of the open. Sure, Susp is holding, waiting for someone to peek, but he has full confidence in him. Running away, Nilo gets that first kill. It body blocks Zen. Forces him right into the fight, right into the angle. Ariel will have to come up huge here, but it's Spargo to get that opening kill. A 4v3 situation. That man lost in the early stages is starting to build a little bit of trouble, but Ariel once again, never mind, it was Spargo to find with that AWP kill. I thought he got it from tapping away, but the kills are coming in hot and fast. Young Ninjas tying up the scoreline here again, and Havu having no say in anything they do so far here on their T side. There hasn't been an opportunity to solidify. Well, there have been opportunities. It just hasn't been taken. I think in that case, it's just unfortunate. We're back into the action here. It's really been Spargo's job in terms of trying to get some of these under control. Dodo running in with the Tech 9 and holding on the opposite end here is Linus. Adam B. Again, that opening frag going the way of Young Ninjas, and Havu already, you know, I feel like they might be ruining some of these early losses. It's not looking great for them. This is going to continue happening. Era was going to hit that shot any day of the week. Spargo damaged up with a nade and a few bullets from the AK. X7 finding himself in the battle. Nilo finds that battle quite easily. But a boost up here onto the boxes. Looking for an opportunity to open up, but Era's holding the right angle at the right time. Spots out Dodo, no problem. And a push in from Cave will secure that kill. Never mind. It's actually the last player in towards that main side. And yeah, he gets a headshot, but nothing more than that. 4 players stay alive, and that AWP stays intact. Young Ninjas now have themselves in front. Now it might be a bit of trouble here. Falling the server here for Havu. I think they would have liked to get a decent T-side basis. You know, don't get me wrong. They've already got a good T-side basis. You know, 6 rounds, I think, is already decently enough. Like, we have a bit of a pause here. Technical pause at that as well. I think that we should just take the time to talk about the T side that we've seen so from Havu. I did explain earlier that it was a bit of a problem that they were lining up a little bit. I was scared that the rifles were going to be able to do a lot more than they should have been able to do with the lineups, with the peaking style of Havu, but it seemed to be no problem. So I think we could discard some of that. We're back into the game, but it seems like the problem has been Young Ninjas have been able to make a read. They've been predicting where Havu are going to end up in. Even if they go B, they're not going to hedge their rotates over towards B. They start spreading themselves around, and they start, you know, coalescing as a team. And Havu just really cannot brute force their way in, just like they did on that B bomb side. I think they have to go to the B bomb side more if they want to continue doing that. And never mind, it might just be the B site. Or it might be the A side where they find success. Aerial, oh my goodness, what a start out from him again. He's gotten himself right in here, and the A side is open for business. Young Ninjas, do you go for the save here? Oh my goodness, but Linus has been able to take that kill onto Zen. Molotov in towards the temple side. Surely they will be able to get the plant down. Era's thinking about just pushing in here, in towards Donut. But he's backed away for now. Aerial is in there. That is his domain. He's not letting anyone in there. But B creeps out of temple. Is anyone watching this angle? Oh, but that smoke's going to give away his position. Spark's not low HP though, so he won't be favored in this battle. Next 7 falls. Aerial as well. Now Spark going to 1v3. Another one of these, but they absolutely get dismantled. All 3 players not going to be able to have a say in the round, and that goes the way of Young Ninjas. How on earth has that just happened? Bit of an exchange in terms of spams here from both sides, but nothing found so far. But in the meanwhile, the players that aren't spamming are looking to get advancements on each other. Linus perched up here in this position. Adam B there to support. But Ariel looking to get himself into cave, clearing every single angle thoroughly. I wonder what's going to happen here. Linus holding the barrel. I don't think it's visible, even if Ariel wide peaks here. I think he has to go all the way in if he wants to get this. Adam B takes that kill, no problem. And X7, nice kill. Linus, it's a 2-for-2 trade. It's a 3-on-3. And that singular AK in Zen has to do all the work here. Unless Spargo is able to come up with something absolutely brilliant here. Or Dodo with that Tech 9. Era challenged. Oh, with Dodo getting that kill with the Tech 9. Tagged up. Always pops up. But that's information. Nilo gets both. And now Dodo's in a 1v2 with that 8OEP. Good flash. And now that's not going to be able. But the nade actually takes him down. He got that kill recovered lightning fast with that 8OEP. Even blinded. But Susp there with a clutch nade. Kobe's and dunks it on his head. Takes him down. And NIP, they grant themselves a lead at the end of the half. Dodo always going to be met by aggression here, but in the meanwhile, while that's all happening, Linus opens up in towards that top mid side. Zendo finding both frags here, recovering it completely, but I don't know. Their positions are all compromised. They all know where they are right now. They know their general whereabouts. It's going to be a bit of a struggle for now. But Era is aggressing all the way here. This is going to be interesting. Era runs in. He's actually able to take him down and even pivots. Oh my goodness. Good night. Both players taken. And you don't want anything to do with that aerial now all alone, a 1v3. Flash coming in right over. He should be able to get the plant at least. Plants it in cover. And here we go. And this clutch happened. Oh, he's looking to aggress right over, but that flash doesn't quite hit the timing. Oh my goodness. They might just both be there. They might just both be there. Ariel might just have a nice position, but he hasn't decided to wrap around. Spots out the first. Good headshot. Ariel's there with that 8OEP, but he gets pressured from two angles. Can't focus on one. And Era takes him down. I keep on both players. They should have enough time for the defuse. But things were made a little bit close there because of the Molotov. Good attempt out there from Ariel. He was able to dwindle that clock quite a bit. But nonetheless, the round still materializes in the way of Young Ninjas. No problem in the end there for them. Yeah, Era, look at this. Pivoting around. So ready for it. It's so accurate. It's making it work in the end, though. Era. You know, I've seen this quite a bit from Era. You know, these shots look like they're going to be clean as hell, but they end up wall banging in the end, weirdly enough. Nate's in. Ariel damaged up, tagged up, and Molotov dropped right at the feet of Ariel. Tagged away, Adam B getting that first kill. AUG being whipped out. It's been a while since we've seen that weapon. Tagged away, and Ariel has forced his way in once again into the back lines of the CETs. And that bomb goes straight down. It's going to be a weird one. Spots the boost, but Nilo is so fast to recover. What a shot. And now as Spargo falls, this is just crumbling. Smoke dissipates as well. Some of these players are going to be in a bit of trouble here. Susp is ready for X7 to be right here, ready and waiting. Enemy spots it out. No need for the scope even. That rate of fire is good enough to take them all out, and they were just so ready for it. A completely clean round out here from Young Ninjas as they close out the half on a high. It was a bit of a good start out here from Havu, but the rest, 7 CT rounds in a row. Here to pile on the pressure. And now we're looking at the prospect of a brilliant start out here from Young Ninjas on the map pick of Havu. What a brilliant start it's been so far. Second pistol round is immediately underway. Locks and USPs on both sides. 2 flashbangs here. X7 playing the role of support here. Odds are shifted a little bit, but it's still in favor of Havu, weirdly enough. Again, it seems to be that B site, but this time it's Young Ninjas that decide to go there. Fresh and surely looking to come through here. Bomb looks to go down. They will indeed. Adam B with 2 kills. X7 looking to return the favor. Has to reload, and Nilo uses that as his opportunity to strike. And now Ariel running right in from the cave side, but Nilo with another 2 frags. What a round it's been. Him and Adam B splitting and sharing the pie. Look at this. What a round. Young Ninjas making it work completely here. Need to land in here. 2 players on the left side. 2 players coming here from cave. Smokes down. Flashes end a lot. They're ready to start pushing right in here. Smoke right in front here, but Dodo looks to be unfazed by it. He's going to run right into the smoke. Surely that block is just going to be, you know, felt, I guess. But a boost up here, the Molotov into towards the back of the side. X7 taken down in due course, but now Dodo was in that smoke. He's ready. 1 and a second, almost a third. Does damage, but Ariel with another frag. It's a 2-on-2, and these Deagles are looking menacing because both players are a single chest shot away from winning this round out. Adam B spotted out, Ariel taken through, and 3 HP left. Zen is there ready and waiting. What a round to win from Havu. And Dodo has set themselves up for success. The distraction play works out. Young Ninjas were too focused on Dodo. And that was a perfect time for Ariel and Zen to just peek through and get kills of their own, especially Ariel. And once again, we have ourselves back into the fray. Could we have a game on our hands once again? And it seems like there's no shortage of these lower gun buys being able to do a lot of damage here. D goes out. It's a forced buyout from Young Ninjas. And here we go again. Zen, nice kill. Taken into Era. Zen looking to open up proceedings again. Susp damage down. X7 pushing through with that MP9. But it's a little bit of hesitance out here from NIP. You know, there's not an opportunity to save here on your T side, you know. You gotta just take it on the chin here. And you gotta go somewhere. I think you can't delay this for too much longer. Now, Nilo, this is opportunity. I think you might be able to get a headshot here if Ariel decides to peek once again. Jiggle peeking away. Good one out from Ariel. Not allowing his face to show too much. And Linus, though, is going to be able to do some damage here. But nope. Zen shuts it down before anything else happens. And, ooh, nice kill out from Sus. Pre-fire Spargo out of existence. But nonetheless, Havu get that round quite easily. No problem for them in the end. That's a huge nade. And yeah, maybe they wanted to dine the Molotov so that you know, Havu don't get any added bonus. I was expecting something like that, seeing the amount of damage that they were taking and seeing that the Molotov was thrown in that exact position. No, doesn't seem to be happening. They just decide to walk right into their crosshairs. That doesn't really matter anyway. They just want to get over and done with. 2 MP9s, 2 Galils, an M4A4. We're ready to bring ourselves into the action once again. They're up there to open up now into Toto. And once again, do we see a return of the opening frags fall in the way of Young Ninjas? I don't know. They've been doing it so often that at this point I might just expect it. Big jump out from Spargo. Try and lure for some sort of push here. That doesn't seem to be where they are yet. Nilo looking to open up here. Now they're at the opening. And now this is the time for the execute to happen. Push it. Spargo, 2 kills from the MP9 and jumps down, gets a third. Ariel, a kill onto Linus. Sarah, I'm going to try and recover the situation. Ariel's general position is known. But the other two, it's a bit of a guessing game. This is a difficult one with 10 seconds to spare. You might just have to go and die here. Ariel peeking through, spotted out on the temple side. No problem for him. Ariel's been able to get so many impact frags so far that I'm really excited what he's going to be able to bring in the next map and the rest of this map as well. 11-9 is your score. And we're going to see something special happen. Because the lead has just been reduced down to just 2 rounds. Deciding to see 2 players there. Sus, nice kill. Mac 10 taking him down. Linus will get that bomb down. Going to be a bit of a struggle here. Spargo on the opposite end, waiting for this, but X7 there to open up. Adam B running through. Spargo in a lot of trouble. The Mac 10 finishing the job. And Dodo and Ariel, they're locked in here into cave. They can't do much here. Oh, from the back lines. Looking to spoil the party. Adam B holding as well. Even gonna bring that up into the next round. It's a 12th out from Young Ninjas, and they recover once again. I'm out here from Young Ninjas. It's gonna be interesting to see what they're trying to change up in their tactics end. Has been interesting out from them, but they haven't produced a lot of magic here in the second half. Been 4-2 so far. Havu have showed up here on their CT side, but we're still in early stages of the second half, and there's still a lot to play for here. Only in round number 22. Maximum of 8 rounds to play. But NIP could end it in 4 right now. And I think that's what's in the mind of Havu right now. They need to recover this as soon as possible. A game is back in our hands. Now push here. Ariel. Oh, that flash is good from Linus. Ariel did not have time to recover as Adam B just runs him down. Molotov blocking, or the Molotov blocking that one. Black just blocking sort of that vision. She's coming over. Zen pushing himself with the M4A4. Arrow holding with that AWP. Zen, if he does decide to wide swing here, he only needs one bullet to take him down. This is a bold move out from Arrow. And yeah, rightly so. I think he deserved that at the end there. That was a little bit hyper-aggressive. And the further aggression here, as Zen was already in position. I think he hears that bomb getting dropped and doesn't think that Linus will be able to recover in time. But he swings right in, takes that head, and now 4v3 is on the cards here in favor of Young Ninjas. But Havu, though, they're looking to just aggress on their positions. They want to absolutely destroy whatever walks into their path. But the thing is, multi-frags have been the name of the game for them, but they haven't been able to deliver enough in the first half. So does that work out for them here in the CT half? It seems like they've had that economic control, and that's just been a helping factor here. But I think this is going to be a real test to see what they're made of. 13 seconds remaining. Spargo's the one to hold this one down, but he's in towards Temple. How is this going to work? The bomb is looking to get planted. It does get planted. Linus was ready, and another headshot being found by the young man. He absolutely destroys them, and this is looking to be a 13th for NIP. Unless a retake, an absolute brilliant retake, a stellar retake comes through out from Havu. 7 is looking to get this one going. And surely that's his call to save here. But he's going to walk right in, surely. That's the first. 3 more to find. Another player in Temple, but that's the round done. 13 on the board for Young Ninjas. That flash was absolutely beautiful there. And Linus, he's just so ready for it, you know. If you're going to be facing that, there's not much you can do there. That was well deserved out from them. Another timeout being used by Young Ninjas. They want to end this now. This is the map pick of Havu as well, so Havu are in danger of just getting absolutely swept on their map pick here. And Young Ninjas, they're showing what's up here, even with Susp playing instead of Maxter. Really has been a showing here from Young Ninjas, and even if Havu come back and win this, you know, they played a lot better than I would have expected. You know, they don't have their full lineup with them right now. And Havu being a proficient side on Ancient, being able to challenge the likes of Ents and the others in that playoff section. I believe it was Central Europe playoffs. But yeah, I think it was Central Europe playoffs. And they're able to do a lot of work. They even got to the final. I think there was that opportunity to win out Ancient even as well. Back into battle it is. A full stack on the B side. This is surely looking to be 14 out from Young Ninjas. They walked right into the opposite side of where Havu are residing. And that is unfortunate here. Havu aren't going to be able rather to get anything really in this round. It's really now a cleanup job here for NIP. Havu, they're looking to get some of these weapons in their hands. This is the CT side here, so saving is a decent option. But the problem is, it's like a full eco. The most that they have is 5-7s and Deagles. And yeah, that's a easy, quick 2 kills now. And they can start to get the rest of these players down if they don't get the headshots. Kill onto Zen. Nice and calm. Another frag and Spargo. Nice to win the 1v5. All of them stay alive here. NIP, they're looking brilliant here. Havu are looking defeated at this moment in time. But don't let that, you know, deter you from, having this possibility of having Havu come back here. It is still a decent possibility. This is their map choice. You'd say they're well versed here. They've shown it before. There's no doubt in my mind that they can't show it here again. Here they come. Era holding. An aggressive play out from Aerial. An aggressive maneuver at that. Dodo looking to spam away at the opposite end of that. Nothing found. Molotov down, Adam B falling, and now Havu, they get that advantage. They're looking to creep right in here. And IP, they're still looking towards this B bomb site. They really want to get into this. Swasp here. Ready and waiting. However, it's Spargo to strike onto Nilo. Aerial holding this correct angle, but that's a nice kill out for Sus. But there is support from Zed. A 2v4. 40 seconds remaining. Bomb is right in front of them. Will be recollected by LNZ. But I don't know what they can do here. A pivot towards A seemingly is not going to be possible here, considering Dodo's ready in the mid side, and we have X7 holding down that A bomb site. It might just have to be a 2-on-2 battle here on the B site, and that is definitely, that's definitely the best course of action that they can take. Best scenario that they can try and win out. Managed to come through. That's going to blind up, but blinded or not, it doesn't even matter. He takes that kill down. Era counter up here. He takes down Zen. 4 seconds remaining, and he just dies. I think he needed to die there, so he wanted to reface. He gets the kill. Okay, fair enough, but a kill is also, or getting killed is also fine. It's that T side. A lot of trades here, but not enough time, not enough. Not great positioning out here from Young Ninjas, unfortunately. And he's just getting taken out in the end, 14-10. Double digits, though, being obtained by Havu. Could this be another resurgence out from the Finnish lineup? And Zed tagged down in his battles in towards this ramp side. Bomb is towards the B side, so that seems to be where they initially are heading. Firepower even on both sides. It's going to be an interesting one. Not really quite even. It is a little bit difficult to, calculate, but the weapons on that Havu side are, of course, more expensive. M4s are way more expensive than AKs, so wish that's the case so far. And Aerial, nice peek, taking down Era, no problem. And Spargo coming alive with that AWP once again. Peeking in here, Adam B taking down Zen. Good recovery. Now, LNZ in a little bit of trouble. Does jump out in the end. Not connecting with the shot, though. And 4-on-3 situation. Going to be interesting indeed. He can do. Susp is actually just broken through the lines here. This is going to be interesting. But Spargo in the midst of all that action. Oh, but LNZ is able to take him down. Susp though gets caught in the midst of all this. The spray is not going to be good enough. Whipping out the pistol, and Dodo finds both of them. Legs 11 now for Havu. And that was a round that really could have went the way of Young Ninjas, but it didn't seem to materialize there. 14-11. On earth has this just happened? Eagle out. Full pistols now for Young Ninjas. And they haven't even yet got into 15, so overtime isn't even secured for these lads. Havu really have the chance now to start something special and grasp their map pick, even when it looked the direst of times, even when Young Ninjas looked at a great opportunity of taking this. Smoke to block off vision. A push into house, it seems to be where it's at. The running in has to be heard, but Spargo's there to support, but surely X7 has to peek in, gets that kill, but however, Nilo is able to get that frag as the trade. Adam B tagged down to 69, the advantage is with the Havu lads, but Nilo again with that retrieved AK-47 from the kill onto X7 starts to do some damage. Zen takes down Adam B in retaliance, but now it's a 3v2 situation. Bomb starts to tick away, and now Havu have to make their step right in forward. Nilo gets that kill era with a deagle frag. It's now a 1v1, a huge 1v1 at that. Could it be 15 or will it be 12? Flicks around but doesn't connect with the headshot. Ariel with plenty of time for the defuse will find a 12th round in absolutely unbelievable fashion. Had to play out here. The kills coming in play, and Nilo really bringing the heat on the server in this round. And I think that was so important that you had someone like that, because that round was a lost cause, and that 1v1 might be huge here. That might just define what might happen here in this game. In this map, rather. Dodo takes down Era. Good play. X7 opening that one up, and now 13 is looking very possible here. And even with weapons in the hands of Young Ninjas, mind you, that wasn't a buy in the last run. So 15 could have been on the board for them, and they would have had a really good buy going into this. And they're trying to be conservative with their economy. They still have enough for a buy in the next. The loss bonus is accruing for them. Dodo, nice kill. M4 kill. Headshot onto Susp. And now it's down to Adam B and Elo. A huge, tall mountain to climb. A huge task. Creeping in. The bullets have been heard, but they've backed away in towards that CT side. They want nothing to do with this. They can play the trading game. 5 players are still alive for Havu. Alive and kicking as well. Albeit the money not looking too great, and their loss bonus being an absolute minimum. They have to keep the ball rolling. And I think that's going to be their gateway into winning this game. Flash right over. They're ready to start peeking in. X7 through the smoke, and he's able to get both of them. That's absolutely criminal out from X7. You know, you'd understand you get killed from a bit of a gun battle, even if your gun battle was quite bad. You know, you might not be hitting your shots. But the worst way to die is when someone's spamming right through the smoke. Brilliant expectation out from X7. He knew exactly what was going to happen. And yeah, clean round in the end, 14-13. Only a single round separating both sides here. The Finns and the Swedes going at it once again. And, well, seems to be such a close affair. Push in, Era taking down X7. Dodo with 2 frags of his own. It seems to be a tight scoreline here. No money, or rather no buyout here from Young Ninjas. I said they had the opportunity to buy, but seems like they went for the half buy to keep things secure. They want to make a final push in the final 2. They want to buy in, secured in the final 2 rounds, but he's getting wrapped around. Linus falls, and it's 14 apiece. We're entering crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. This is getting interesting. X7 just holding the angle. Tried in. And Dodo just doing a heap of work, and the flank is so strong as well. No problem in the end for him. Nade to land through. Nilo getting a bit of a few nades out in towards that mid side, but it is going to be a default 4 now. 3 players towards that B side, but a hold from the mid area as well. Wonder what's going to happen here, and I can't believe there was a time I was saying Young Ninjas are looking good taking this first map. But oh no, I was wrong. Havu are really looking strong here, and they're showing the Havu that I expected in the first place. Molotov landing right at the feet of Ariel, giving a little bit of a sound cue away. opposite end of that cave section is Zen holding. Just waiting for someone to strike, find their mark. But is that going to happen? Here they come. Spamming away, but it seems to be a BX cute here. This is where things are going to get important. Linus is cute to start peeking here. Oh my goodness, Zen might be hugely distracted, but Ariel gets that kill. The wraparound now, 3 kills coming in the way of Havu, and Zen gets it. Only a single frag being found by the Young Ninjas. They fall in the end, and Havu have a map point here into taking their map prevention and forcing Young Ninjas to have to bring it to a decider if they want to win the series. What a comeback it's been. And a timeout for Young Ninjas. Once again, they're third. The money not looking all too great here. I wonder what some of these players are going to buy. They can buy AKs and armor, but they sacrifice a huge amount of utility. Oh my goodness, what a round. And if that wasn't the round that we had to, you know, talk about in terms of importance, that was definitely one of them. And I was a bit scared for a second because there was that wrap coming in from that cave sub, but they shut it down immediately. No problem in the end out from them. 14 to 15, a single map point. Can Young Ninjas be able to bring it to overtime, or will it be Havu taking their own map pick? We'll see right now in the final round of regulation, round number 30. And oh my goodness, they've read right into the book here. They've walked right into the bomb site. That is completely open. X7 taking down, opening frag with them. Spargo looking to recover, taking a huge amount of damage out from the Molotov. But Ariel and Dodo, the secondary AWP coming alive. Oh, but he's taking out his Molotov. The timing couldn't have been worse. Adam B takes him. Now Ariel's starting to push in. Damage dealt, gets that kill. And now a single man advantage in the hands of Havu. This is crunch time. And Ariel looks to push in. Linus, not flashed, but he's still there in the angle, expectant of it. And that's going to be the map done. Havu take it in the end, 16 to 14. And in no shortage of brilliance, they're able to bring it over the line. And now it's going to have to be a decider for Young Ninjas if they want to win this out. What a map 1 have we just experienced. Look at this. This map has